I sent Braden the same reel that I sent you of like what video game item would you want. But for Braden, I told him the Phantom Ruby from Sonic because it just basically is the Reality Stone.
Okay.
And so I was
Why'd
breaking
you give me
down
like a
like
half nice one then?
because you wouldn't have gotten if I said Phantom Ruby, you wouldn't have known what that meant.
I'll just say, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
So you could have just said, it's a fucking, basically imagine a stone, but it's like what Scarlet Witch has. I'd have been like, alright, okay, cool.
From the Sonic games, and you've been like, "Oh, fuck that."
Yeah, it's just a
You wouldn't have even got it. You wouldn't have even got it. You would have been confused.
Yeah, I would have had to explain it, and you wouldn't have even understood.
So Ty went from a fucking reality bending thing to a axe.
Yeah, for you, I said the Leviathan axe.
What did
Because it's
Brain
something
pick?
your tiny little brain could understand. He couldn't pick anything because he was so horrified by the reality that I told him I would make. He was like, I can't even think of anything.
He,
Too early in the morning. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What is that? Why do you need that way?
I should read the
What you mean?
conversation.
It's a fucking
and we
mech
can include
from
this.
Titanfall.
Yeah, why do you need that?
We can include this in the pod. I
Hold
said
on.
that was a fucking peak decision.
Yeah, man.
You guys aren't thinking about it practically in life. There's no fuck. You don't need that. Why the fuck would you ever need a giant mech to mow down and kill people? Like that's not a thing that you need in your daily. Like you're just gonna get assassinated by the
Nobody
government.
can fuck with you.
I get. I think
That
the
could
new.
take
I
me
think
to
the
A
U.S.
to B. Who needs to drive when you can just fucking...
Braden, I think we should do a dramatic recreation of our conversation.
You think so?
Yes, I think we should.
How per se? How per se you do that?
I'll read my parts and then you read your parts.
Oh, like we're doing it like a dramatic reading. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, I don't want you.
So I sent Braden this Instagram reel, and I'll play it.
If you could pick anything to be under your Christmas tree from any video game, like suddenly like every object in all of your favorite games is real, what is the thing you're picking that's your number one Christmas gift?
That was awful.
What was it really?
I know exactly what Braden would pick. It would be the GTA strip club from GTA 5.
And I said, this is really hard. I'm thinking maybe the Phantom Ruby, honestly, because it's basically just the Reality Stone. Braden.
I said Alora from Spyro Reignited.
I said, no, object. And then Braden sent a gift look.
You're pissed off.
And I said, if it were people, it'd be an easy answer.
And we probably just skip this whole part because this is
skip that part,
me going on a schizo rant.
I said if it were people, and then I replied to myself after the next part, and I said if it were people, it would be either of these queens, and I sent Shadowheart, and I sent Tifa. And then Braden said,
Shadowheart would fucking hate you.
I said, nah, I know exactly how to romance her. I've done it 3 times.
I don't know, man.
I just got to do stuff she likes and ask her about herself. It's very simple.
I just have the feeling that I can't fucking read. Hold on. I just have the feeling she'd like it immediately try to murder you.
I said, I don't want her Rubik's Cube, but the cube wants me, so she can't kill me.
Yeah, but she'd be all freaked out that she's in another world. You'd have to explain like Wi-Fi to her. Shit like Wi-Fi to her.
Doesn't compute with her dialogue option, so it's not an issue. She just wouldn't acknowledge it.
Jesus Christ, I genuinely can't think of an object.
I told you the Phantom Ruby, told Lay the Leviathan axe.
Why do you need an axe for, Ty? How does that help you?
I said it'd make me a badass. Train with it, throw it at people I don't like, freeze them alive. Can't be stolen from me because I can summon it back to my hand.
You're just a murderer then.
And so is Kratos. People love him.
Yeah, because he lives in Crazytopia. Cops are going to be pissed at you 24/7.
My guy, we live in Crazytopia. America just elected a felon. They'll love me.
No, they have big worms and stuff in that world, and guys who throw each other through rocks. We don't have that crap.
I said, don't we?
I don't think so.
I said, we have brainworms and guys who barely fight each other, and I sent a gift of
Crazy.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson punching. I said, basically the same.
I'll take it, I guess. I don't know, I want like a Mario power-up or something, but the trade-off is I get hit once, I lose it, so that would suck.
I said, that's a limited use, or a time limit, depending on the item.
Yeah, it's tricky.
That's basically like asking for milk for Christmas. Either you use it or you lose it.
Like, if I get the cape feather, it'd be great. But if a bird accidentally knocks into me, I fall to my death and die.
Telling you, man, Phantom Ruby is where it's at. Complete reality control.
I don't want that much power.
I do.
I do too. I do too. I do too much horrible shit, and I don't trust myself. I need to think of something limiting.
Said I could just make clones of you guys and then not need to bother the real yous anymore.
So that's just sad. That sounds just like sad, though.
I'd make so many clones of myself and make all the videos I've ever wanted to make.
At what cost, though, Ty? You may become a scary golem, man.
No, I'll just warp reality to make myself a hot Chad. Simple as that. Also, like, the Phantom Ruby can also cause dimensional travel, so I could go through the multiverse.
I just think something like that would come back to bite you in the butt.
Nah, I'll just undo it with my reality warping. I'm not using it for evil, so I don't have to worry about some hedgehog kicking my ass.
Karma's a bitch.
I'll warp Karma to be nicer.
Just feel like eventually Sonic would come to kick your ass and you wouldn't be able to stop it.
Nah, man, he's not in this reality, and if he were, it'd be because I made him.
You were saying multiverse.
So I could unmake him.
He'll find a way, let's be real.
Let's be fake, like the fake you all make, and the fake reality.
I don't want to live in your hell reality.
I do, and you would be living in it.
This is like some Victor Nation shit.
Just a fake Brayden that doesn't know the difference.
I'd kill myself immediately, but I know you wouldn't let me, so I'd just be stuck in this scary red hell.
And I sent a gif of Victor from Arcane saying, "Of course not. The real you would be where you are. The fake you would be happy."
Fucking Christ, that is some Thanos shit.
I would make a grateful universe, it's true.
I legit can't think of anything because your reality scared me so much.
And that was the conversation.
That was a...
Basically, Ty would be mad with fucking power.
Basically, he's the next
But
evil of our world.
I would make a better world, though. I'd use it
Thanos
for good.
wanted a better world, too. Okay?
Hold
Yeah,
on,
but I'm not killing
hold on.
anybody.
Oh,
No.
but...
Hold on. You want a better world? You just said you'd make yourself fucking like 10 times attractive and all this shit. So
Yeah, I'd make myself
You
more
are putting
attractive,
yourself-
so what? And I said I'd make clones of you guys, so I don't have to bother you
also
guys.
wants an ice
And
axe
what
to
clones
throw
of
into...
myself?
He wants an ice axe to throw into people.
He
I
did-
just think...
Well, that's a plan B.
Well, you can make the ice axe
Good,
with...
That's true.
So you don't even need
But
it.
it's not like he asked me how I'd impact the larger world. Otherwise, it would have been like, well, I'd fix our president. I'd delete racism. I'd,
Delete it.
delete
A
Putin.
big keyboard that says delete racism. Yeah, but there's a butterfly effect, Ty. If you do something bad...
But if I'm controlling everything, if I do something bad, then I can fix the bad repercussions.
I just feel like the world would be 10 times
man.
worse. I don't know.
No.
It'd be
from
better.
your
It'd
mistakes.
be better. It'd be peak. Peak
I
Earth.
think I just think karma exists for a reason. I think
We'd
I
be
think
peak Earth. Peak Earth.
you'd be like
No.
I've fixed humanity. Now I will fix the multiverse, and you'll just like ascend and like control everything, and it'll be
with
fucked
what
up, man.
ambition? I'm not ambitious.
Maybe if you had a gem that could do whatever the hell you wanted, you could be.
Or you know what? Fine. If you're gonna bitch about it, I'll just go to some other dimension and then fix that dimension, and then you can live in a shithole dimension. Because you wanted to
least
bitch
you
about
know-
it all the time.
I feel like we should take the gem off Ty and just put him in a big fucking hole in the ground.
I fucking will delete your ass.
Bury him alive. So he
Wait,
has...
you won't know which one's me because you got that many clones of me, remember?
No. I'll
He's
delete
got, like,
you, and I'll
46
make a
ways
clone
on
that's
there.
compliant.
He's got 46 slave lays running around, and they're all just like, like
Yeah,
man,
and they're all in slave Leia bikinis.
and none of them like Doctor Who. They like Star Trek instead.
Yeah.
That's the
And
trade.
they
That's
all
fucking
like
disgusting, man.
the sequels.
Yes, only the sequels. They don't like anything else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that's how you know I'd be the real one. Make them
Well-
different enough.
I would replace Daisy Ridley in the sequels with Haley Steinfeld. There you go. Then you'd like
Yeah.
it.
Oh man!
Yeah,
Listen, you're not
exactly.
catching me out again.
To be fair, let's take a second to rewind. I don't think she was of age when the sequels were coming out. So
It's fine. I'll just.
that's my reality. I can change her.
I
I'll
can
make
do
her.
whatever I want.
I'll make her 10
No,
years
she's
older.
My age? Haley
Yeah,
Steinfeld.
she's his age.
Well, when the sequels were coming, how old were you in 2015?
Well, I'm 27 now.
Okay,
So,
you were like 35. Gotcha.
oh yeah.
No. He was, what, 16?
Yeah.
What, until 2015?
No, it's
Yeah. A long time ago,
18?
Oh, I would have been like fucking 18 or something, yeah.
18.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So she
whatever.
would
I
have
guess.
been 18. So, and I mean, if
All right.
she's the same age as you, it doesn't matter if you have a crush on
You guys
her.
are
when
the
she's
same
underage.
age? Jesus, man. That's crazy.
Yep.
I'd replace.
Listen,
I'd make Leigh Finn, and then he'd get to kiss her.
No, listen, right, no, because I'd end up kissing fucking Rose.
Well, I mean, I hate that plotline anyway, so I'd fix that as well.
He's just making his own Star Wars movies at this point.
I
That's what
just
he's
make
doing.
a better Star Wars. Just saying.
Yeah. Wouldn't be hard.
No, it wouldn't be.
I don't know about that.
It'd be harder to fuck it up worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. The
That's
butterfly effect exists, man. I just feel like you try to make a good Star Wars and it just gets 10 times worse. That's what I believe.
No. And
You
you know
talk
what?
shit.
I mean, I delete racism, so nobody could be racist about any of my choices.
Nah,
But then I
just
feel like
make-
everyone
just
would just become
delete
mass murderers
hate.
instead then.
Hate.
There's a trade-off.
No,
Yes.
no, I'm a cool anime character. Okay, shut up.
Uh-huh. You're like, you're a fucking Inumaki. That's who you are. Say hamburger.
Salmon.
Fish fillet.
Hello and welcome to the All Things Geek podcast. My name is Tyler, also known as
Fuck
Bionic
me, that
Sai,
one.
your
Oh.
new overlord, and I'm joined by the clone whose name starts with a B,
Brandon or
and
Renzolian.
the clone whose name starts with an L.
Leroy.
Leroy!
I had to fix their names because I don't know. Braden and Leighton is just too similar.
Right. So instead, I'm Brandon now.
And he's
I'm Leroy.
Leroy.
Leroy. I don't know
It's
why you changed his
cooler.
name to Leroy. Uh-huh.
So, you know.
I might be a clone, but I can still disagree with your bullshit.
Just erase you. I'm going to cut you out of the rest of the video.
I'll make it easy for you.
I'll have a Thanos dust particle effect.
Well, and then just take this static image and just use it for the rest of the episode. There you go.
Yeah. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, please don't do that. I wish to be heard
I wish to be heard.
and to be seen.
Well,
Yeah.
did you get something new recently? You got something to show and tell us? You want to be
Oh,
heard?
tell
maybe
the
if
brain was in focus. Like,
Maybe if my
Yeah, we
camera
can't
was
fucking
focused.
see you because your camera's dog shit.
It's actually a really good camera. That's the bummer. Okay, there we go. It just likes to focus on like dust in the background. Yeah, so we're starting a new segment called Show and Tell. If you guys didn't notice from last week, by the way, that was our 50th episode. We appreciate everyone who watched that one. That one's very special to us. Technically, our 50th. Lay did do a couple goofy episodes back in the day,
Yeah,
but whatever.
A couple, like, 5 episodes or whatever.
fuck you, man.
You did. I recently went out to the mall for a first time in a while, and I went shopping, and they had a lot of stuff. I won't harp on what there was, but let's just say it was very weird to see all that stuff in this time of year. But but they did have some interesting stuff at GameStop. First of all, being you might be able to see them back. I think this is the AMK series Orion packs here. Not Pro series. Not Pro, as far as I can tell. Don't know that much about this figure line. Lay and Ty would know more, because they actually have the Pro series figures. Yep, he has Starscream. Lay's got Starscream. I picked this guy up first because I put the Pro guys on my Christmas list, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get them yet. I really want them, but I figured, hey, why not just take a dive into this line, see what it's like. And he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I don't know if your guys' figures are like this, where I keep forgetting it is like a model kit that's pre-assembled. So you'll go to like move something and you kind of feel some stuff like shifting around. And you're like, oh yeah, this is not like a solid action figure. There's stuff on here that could be taken apart. And I'm still getting used to that.
These guys feel way more like sturdy and solid than the
Yeah, they feel more
Transformers
premium. I
one
mean,
figures.
you are paying much
Gotcha.
more for these, so they do feel
Gotcha.
more
Makes
durable.
sense. They're the Pro, so that makes sense.
Whereas the other ones feel more fiddly.
Does the Rise of the Beast figures feel like that too, Lay?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
because they're like plastic and stuff. Whereas the Pro ones obviously have the die casting, so there's more.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
like I was messing around with him. I built him. Everything's really tight, by the way. I mean, you can get him in some
Yeah,
funky
yeah.
poses. The
Mhm.
skirt area is a little bit. I mean, I apologize for my lighting here. The skirt area is a little bit troublesome. It doesn't pop off or anything, but it is just kind of hard to work with. Like you can't really. Yeah, I mean, you can do what you can. I'm
Yeah.
still getting used to everything here. Accessories are fun. He's got a big ass gun, which is nice. He's always. Are you gonna focus? No, the lighting is awful.
He's always
Hold on.
bright white.
He is bright white.
Should have
Still
had a
won't
photo
focus.
prepared. You could have just shown it.
True. He is pretty good. I like the figure. I think it's a very solid figure. I'm not gonna say it's like one of the greatest figures of the year or anything, but he's enjoyable, and I am looking forward to getting my hands on the Pro Series figures. That's all I'll say. Just yeah, I know I'm a little behind on that. I just wanted to take a test drive, see what Mhm.
I think Leia and I have both agreed that this is the best of the three so far.
Really.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
good praise because I do love my boy Starscream.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I obviously won't give anything away for like my end of year list or anything.
Oh, come on
On
now.
like placements and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was having like a proper like mess around with him and Prime because
Yeah,
those two have made my list.
I was really debating between the two of them as well. Only one of them's on my list because I'm trying to keep it to one per line.
Megatron just missed out. Like he's fun, but there's just stuff that I'm not like. I don't love him as much. Like if he was more close to like the G1 accurate like proportions and everything, I'd probably love him a lot more. Whereas like Starscream and Prime are like one for one. But then it was like the whole thing of like debating about which one out of those two I prefer. Prime's more fiddly, whereas
He is, yeah.
like Starscream is far more like sturdy and just more fun to play around with and whatnot.
Do you
So-
Ty? Do you own Orion Pet, or do you guys own? Does your dad have Orion or no?
My dad does have Orion. I've built Orion.
Okay.
I've held him. I don't have him
Yeah.
personally because I'm waiting for Optimus from Transformers.
Gotcha.
1.
Yeah, makes more sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just figured I'd share. It's a fun figure. I mean, he's cool. I'm very excited to get my hands on the Pro Series figures. So there's that.
Mhm.
He's a sex icon.
$40 too. $40, which I think is 30 US probably somewhere there. So like pretty cheap all things considered. I can't complain that much. Yeah. Yeah. What else did you get?
So I got while I was at Walmart today. The Legend of Zelda Jack's Pacific Link with sword and shield.
variant. It's a
Oh, it's a re-release with the accessories that it should have had from the beginning.
Right? So you had
And then
a
I
fade
got
ass
the
sword.
G.I. Joe Classified Iron Grenadier, which is pretty cool. He's a cool guy. Probably gonna take his head off and make him a Red Skull. So that'll be cool.
No, absolutely. My.
And
Oh
the
my.
two boys are done with your show and tell, but I've got some stuff as well.
What do you get, bud?
Obviously, like Starscream's like the official sort of thing, which is great. I just haven't put this release down. I would
I got
love to get
him.
Skywarp and Thundercracker. Go on, Ty.
I got him the day we recorded last podcast. But
Yeah,
I built
yeah,
him
yeah.
after
Yeah.
the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've had him since like the second, and whatnot. But yeah, he's such a great release, honestly. Man. Well, anyway,
I like having
another
my
thing that I
wings at a
got.
slight angle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, obviously G1 accurate's like just.
Flat. But this one gives his arms a little bit more range and freedom.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you don't have to have them all the way back. Just have them like.
No, they have like flat, like notches. So basically, there's
Yeah, so if you
three
like do it
actions
like
in
ever
this.
so slightly, it like will stay. Yeah, he's great. Something else that came on the no, it wasn't. It was pre-ordered for the second, and it was meant to come on the second, but apparently it got lost through Amazon. So I had to reorder it again. This is a Blu-ray release. This came on the 3rd. This is season 2 of the Doctor Who collection set, which is the second season of the 60s era of the show. Very happy to now own this. The limited side of things are like 2 years ahead. So this is like only just come out for like standard. That's the only shit I get in terms of like that stuff. It's just more uniformed and whatnot, far cheaper. Like the limited side of things, like this goes for like 250.
Wow.
And this is priced at 35. So very happy to get that. And then there's also one that's just been announced, which is season 9. That's going to be great. That's coming out in February. But I did purchase something from Etsy, and it's been all over my Instagram page and whatnot. And yeah, so I've always wanted a figure of this certain thing from the show, but I know for a fact Character Options, who make the figures, probably won't get around to it either anytime soon or at all. So I bit the bullet and thought, you like painting, give it a go, see how it turns out. And it is a Silurian from Doctor Who and the Silurians. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has just been just one of those like dream things where it's like, all right, you're not going to be able to get the real thing, get the next best thing you can, and it turned out really great. So very happy with how it's turned out. So
You painted
looks
it
like I'm going to
yourself.
be going. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
I'm
it
going to
looks
be going.
official.
It looks like I'm going to go into the 3D scene more now.
So
and
yeah,
just-
buy a 3D printer so you can hook me up with some cool shit. That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all I have.
That's awesome.
Okay. Beautiful. You love to see it.
We love to see it. We love to hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to show and tell. Probably not every week.
Yeah, I'm just after one more figure this year.
Yeah.
Speaking of things we love to see and we love to hear, Braden, you know what time it is.
I do. It's time to rant. Renzo rants. Oh, that was immediate cringe. Renzo rants. Okay. I do have a bit of a update regarding the SH Figuarts Blackbeard. Now, this is a bit of a rant. I have a bit of complaining to do. So that segue was a little too nice for what I'm about to say.
Some bitching.
I do have a bit of bitching, but I think it's pretty justified bitching. So, the official pre-order for Blackbeard went up on the 5th in Japan, as well as sites like Big Bad Toy Store and whatever. So, they released more promotional pictures of him, which is great. You know, you had the initial picture where he was like, ah, and then they released a couple more photos of him getting ready to fisticuffs, and then him like holding out his hand, and like, well, that's pretty interesting. The price got revealed, which I think we already knew about the price beforehand, but this was the first time that we had ever really found out what he came with and everything. He is $230 American.
Oh, fucking hell.
I looked it up, and he's going to be about $350 Canadian, which is more than what Kaido
Yikes.
was. Yeah.
Oh.
He comes with 3 pairs of hands, 2 alternate faces, and an alternate face for Gear 5 Luffy, and that is it. So,
Fucking hell.
that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that is not great, unfortunately.
What's the sort of, like scale of this as well? It's just like 6-inch.
No, it's big.
6-inch scale, but it is. Oh,
That's fucking.
sorry, guys.
Baby's day out.
I mean, I know SH figure arts like are normally pricey anyway. So,
Yeah,
like,
especially
that's
for
taking
big
the piss.
figures. It is.
So-
Kaido is expensive.
Here's what I advise you do.
Mhm.
Look into importing this figure, because you
Yeah.
might be able to save some good money with the conversion rate.
Mhm.
Like on AmiAmi or HobbyLink Japan.
Yeah, the only problem with sites like that is they usually take your money up front, and
Ami Ami
it's a tough.
actually, Ami Ami doesn't.
Oh, they doesn't.
I pre-ordered.
I haven't.
Aragorn and Frodo, and they didn't charge
Okay.
me.
I'll have to look into Ami Ami. I've never ordered there. I usually do Hobby Genki, which is my usual place that I go to. Genki, yeah. But they don't. But usually it's after the figure's released. It's usually not for a pre-order. Usually I would plop it on Big Bad Toy Store, but there's a down payment, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then last time with Kaido, I did Toy Snowman, which was full Canadian price but free shipping. That was the only benefit to that. But then you have to wait a really long time. So
if you do an import, you'd actually get it earlier than normal. So
yes, that's true. So I'm just kind of struggling with that right now. Like the emotional. This is the horrible time of year for this too. Like had they had waited till like January, maybe, but like this is the brokest time of year, and it's just like I got a trip coming up, and I'm just kind of like, do I want to be dropping like $300? But like I said, if you
my question to you is then,
mm-hmm.
do you need it?
He's one of my most wished.
Yeah, he does.
He is.
There's no question about that one.
Well, he's one of my most wish-listed figures in the entire line. So that, I didn't think they were going to make him this soon.
Yeah.
I was assuming he'd maybe be like $200, but no, they just decided to completely overcharge for him, and I don't know why. The lack of effects really sucks. It would have been so easy to give him effects. I'll give you an example right now. So easy. All you would have needed to do is alternate hand piece, and then some sort of effect piece that wraps around his hand. So easy. That's it. Or
for the price, it's kind of mad that you're only getting so little as well. Like you'd think they'd throw like loads of hands and heads and shit. For that
I'm
kind
okay
of
with the hands. I'm fine with the hands because he's got really big. This is a big guy. Like, I'm not gonna he's a large figure, but again, he's not worth that price. And it's just frustrating. I've been really sitting on it, and I've just been like, the value is just not there.
Yeah.
With Kaido, when I got him, he's a big figure. He didn't come with as much as he probably should have for that price.
Is this
and he also
that you try to make a custom of? Just to
No, I have never made a custom of this. I'll show you. I have a picture of Kaido, so you know who I'm actually talking about here.
So know where I'm at with these characters.
Yes. So this is the big guy I have. He's pretty large. Like I'm not pulling him down right now, but he's a very large guy. So with that figure, he came with a decent amount of accessories, but the scales on his arms and like half of his body weren't painted. That was something that really bothered me, and his tail. So I actually went in and like painted like most of it. So that took a while. And also he had this big chunky like 1 pound cape out of the gate. Awful. So I've had to do a lot of fixing for that figure, but I still feel like the value wasn't there, but I still feel like me adding to everything has helped a little bit. There's not heck of a lot I can do to add to this guy's value. He comes with a soft goods cape. He looks great. There's not a lot of things that I feel like I would need to add to him. Maybe some effects, but the One Piece line is just for everything they get right, they do like 12 things wrong, and it's just like I want to love it. I want to be there, and I am there for most of the releases. Like me saying this doesn't matter at the end of the day because I'm still gonna buy it, right? So I'm part of the problem for sure.
Yeah, but you could wait for a sale.
No, it's not gonna go on sale.
Oh no.
Kaido is the exact same price, and he's not on sale at all. They rarely go on sale. They sell out, and then they get reissued. That's what happens. So, or they just don't go on. Like Kaido, like I said, he's been released since like March of this year, and he hasn't gone on sale at all. So yeah, I don't know.
I did some digging, and I went to Ami Ami, and they have a converter on their listing. So you would be paying just about the American price in CAD.
Not including shipping.
Yeah, and they don't charge for pre-orders until they have it in stock and they're ready to ship.
All right, well, I think I know. I think the situation has turned for the better. I'm going to spend still about $300 on this figure, but that's okay.
For sure. I mean, it might be so expensive that maybe they give you free shipping. I don't know.
Maybe. Probably not.
Yeah,
whenever I order something off of from Japan, they're usually
it's international shipping, so...
And it depends on how long. I mean, he's supposed to release, I think, like July of next year, so it's a bit of a wait. Well, that's just the U.S. release, so I actually don't know when this guy's supposed to. What does it say? No, it doesn't.
Let me look.
It'd
Let's
probably
see.
get released a lot
This is
sooner,
June.
especially with it being over there.
June in
Yeah,
Japan.
June. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough time. Canada Post should get their shit together by then. Okay.
It's half a year.
Yeah, I would even pay for like DHL so I can get it sooner and not have to worry about any hassle with that. Okay. So overall, I've been yapping a lot. It's a very frustrating situation. It's just like I remember when they revealed Ace, I was like, "Oh my god, this figure looks fantastic with all the accessories you'd ever need." Then they revealed Shanks, and I was like, "Hell yeah, it's great." And then I think they did Sabo, and I was kind of like, "It's a bit of a step backwards." And some releases are really solid, and then others are just like, "What are you guys doing, man? Like for this
It's
price,
very
we should."
inconsistent. They haven't like.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
the whole figure
Yeah.
line as a whole is inconsistent for sure. I still got some of my favorite figures from that line, sure, but it is a frustrating line to have to collect and pay this big money for, and it's just like,
Mhm.
man, I don't know. It's hard, man. It's really hard because
I mean,
these
it's
are
a real shame
objectively
it's a real shame that they don't go on sale, or
no.
if they did, at least you could wait it out. But
Right. No, it's not like a Hasbro thing where you find it at Ross. Definitely not. Especially this character he's pretty popular, so I would be surprised if he was.
And with such a large figure.
Yeah. No.
yeah, that makes
He's
sense.
gonna be.
Some
I mean, yeah.
some figures will go on sale. Like I've seen SH Figure Arts Sakura go on sale, and I think Kid Naruto went on sale for like $15 at one point on Amazon, but he sold out immediately.
The JJK figures were on sale on Big Bad for a while before Season 2 came out, and then they instantly sold out. So there was that. Situation overall, not great, but I'm a little disappointed, but all I can really do is wait and maybe pre-order him on AmiAmi. But we'll also point out a couple things, too. The Gear 5 Luffy face is pretty cool. Thank you very much. The Gear 5 Luffy face is pretty cool. It actually comes from this volume cover, 105 here. So I assume they're going to make everyone on that because it's part of the Four Emperors subline. So we'll see what happens there. But it's cool. I'm a fan. I just wish the man came with some accessories. That's, like the hand options and everything is really cool, and he looks great. He's got a soft goods cape. I'm like, yes. And then they're like, $300 and no accessory. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's rough. But, it's not rough. The other SH Figure Arts reveals this week.
Yeah. Some little children. Some little boys.
You did not need to say it like you don't need to immediately phrase it the worst way possible.
Some little boys.
Well, we knew for a while that this was happening, that a Hunter line was coming for SH Figure Arts, very beloved series, and we are getting, of course. What are you eating, you freak? Okay, whatever. We're getting we're getting a Gon and Killua from Hunter x Hunter. These are like I said, they were very hotly anticipated. People were really looking forward to these guys. And they look, in my opinion, very, very good. So, I'll send the...
epic?
That's what I said. That's actually what I said when they were revealed. They are pretty great. I don't have a lot of experience with Hunter x Hunter, but I have seen a guy like go through most of the story, so I'm kind of like aware of what happens. And I like these characters. They're fun. The only other versions of these figures you can get were Figma, and they're stupid expensive and they're tiny, so not worth it.
Yeah, and they're shitty because they're Figma, so they're stupid.
Yes.
I'm not biased.
Yeah, I'm not biased. I just think they're shitty and dumb and stupid.
Ass.
The articulation is phenomenal. I was watching their live stream. They were showing how Gon's legs can bend, and they has an extremely good knee bend. Like it is past 90. It goes up all the way to his butt. And everyone in the live chat were like, redo Luffy right now. because they were all so
Fix
pissed about
Luffy
that.
right now.
Even though, never mind the fact that Gon's shorts are way shorter and it's a completely different setup, but
Yeah,
whatever.
he's almost got booty shorts on.
Yeah, they are. It's a very strange outfit, but they chose to go with effects instead of like any other accessory, which I know some people are a little bit bummed out about, but I can't be that mad. They look great. They're really fun. The alternate Kilowatt head, the alternate Kilowatt head is great. It's fantastic looking.
Yeah.
They are just really solid. I'm going to get both of them. I'm going to hope that the line goes as much as they possibly can. There's 4 main characters, so if they do all of them, probably good. There's a couple villains I could see them doing that could be fun. And then it also gave Ty and I the the inspiration to maybe go watch it for ourselves, huh?
Yeah, I'm interested because there's a YouTuber I watch who I like, and he's been covering it, so I've been watching his coverage of the recent chapters, so I am interested.
With no context.
Yes,
Of the story.
a little context, but not much. But I mean, it's fun so far of what I've been experiencing. And
Did you hear that he's going on a hiatus again?
Yes, after the next chapter.
That's one thing about this manga. Yeah.
Supposedly he's worked on up to chapter like 430 or something. So
Oh damn.
He's gonna be taking a break at 410, I think, and then he'll probably be back in a few months or something.
Few years. Yeah. Like 10 years.
Maybe. Killua looks really good. He actually looks very similarly built to Kid Sasuke. It's a very similar sort of design. So he should be fun. And then Gon looks interesting. He's very unique.
Haven't pre-ordered them both yet, but I definitely need to jump on that because they look like a lot of fun.
How much are they? 35?
No, these are like $60, Ty.
Are they really?
Yes, you'd think that they would be budget releases because they're the main characters, but nope, they are expensive. Probably because Bandai was like, yep, they have effects pieces, so let's charge extra for them, which is very silly. Bandai's price model is awful. They have no idea what they're doing for there. They'll just be like...
Usually they do like an entry-level figure, so that's weird.
They were like, well, they're premium options. They come with premium accessories. It's like, no, they come with a couple of lightning blasts and some, like, let's calm down, guys. Like, let's settle. I could rant about Bandai's shitty decision making all day, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, fair enough.
We need to move on.
See. We shall see. They don't hit till August, so.
True, they're late.
Well, July and August.
Right. What's next on the
Next up.
Next is Supersonic and Shadow Trooper.
Some nerd shit. Okay. Some shit that nobody cares about.
Noid shit.
Noid shit. Well, I guess it's all things geek, man. So, this was funny because this was one of the very first...
Sorry.
It's all good. This is Ty's sick, by the way.
I have a head cold. Leave me alone.
Head cold, as opposed to any other type of cold.
It's only in the head. So.
A lung cold. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I actually knew about this because I think before the actual figure line hit, I'm pretty sure these got leaked like a long time ago. Was a blurry picture of a Supersonic and a Super Shadow, like what it looked to appear to be a 2-pack. But I had kind of forgotten about it. They released the Supersonic figure. We heard about Wave 3 containing a Super Shadow, Gerald, Sonic with an Emerald, and then I think another Knuckles, if I'm remembering correctly. But this 2-pack was in the back of my mind, like, is this happening? And then sure enough, it got leaked. I went to Instagram and I saw this guy I follow named Jack Trackers post like a spoiler warning, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to look at that. I already kind of figured what it was, but I'm like, I'm just going to avoid it. And then like 15 minutes later, I see Ty sends me a post from Jack Trackers, and I'm like, I mean, what else could it be? So I open it up, and immediately it was just drifted to what it was, and I was like, damn it. I knew it was going to happen. Like, I wasn't mad, but at the same time, I was kind of like, shit. Like, it's all good. And then this is the picture of the 2-pack here. They are the stupid light-up figures, which I could give less of a damn about,
To be fair,
but...
the post I sent you didn't have a spoiler warning on it.
Oh, really? Oh, you must... Oh, you got it from the other guy. You got it from
yeah.
the... okay, yeah, gotcha. Yes, okay. So, yeah, it's the light-up 2-pack. These figures aren't as articulated, and they're kind of stupid. I hope that their light-up is better, because Sonic's light-up is ridiculous on the base figure, and Shadow's is, like, really muted. So I hope they kind of found a middle ground with that. Again, I'm probably not going to get them anyways, but it's still cool. And we know for a fact that Super Shadow's coming on his own articulated anyways. So...
What? You don't need a 4th Supersonic?
Well, maybe if we here's what I'll do. If we find this in person, I will probably end up getting it, but probably not. Especially if it's after the movie, then I'll be like, oh, yes, I will buy it.
You know, I know it shows on the back of the box that they have like yellow glowy spots.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Jax fucks it up and puts blue LEDs in Sonic and red LEDs in Shadow.
that would be really goofy. It looks like yellow because it looks like the plastic on. Well, I guess that's a render, so I can't really tell. Does it show on the main figure? Let's see. Yeah, they look yellowish.
Yellow light even.
Yeah, they look very like piss. They like piss coated. It just has a nice praise.
Piss flows through them.
Nice praise to the design. I mean, this is pretty easy to not mess up, but I appreciate the fact that Super Shadow is, lighter like he should be and not same color as Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
It's an obvious thing, but it is nice. The movie designers weren't like, no, let's make them the same color.
Also, missed opportunity to not homage the Jazzwares Super Triple Pack and have the Chaos Emeralds in there.
Chaos Emeralds would have made a lot of sense, especially since Sonic's probably only going to come with one of them, so this would have been that would have added so much value to this pack. Actually,
we got the Master Emerald in the 4-inch line.
Right. Yeah, it's a very strange decision, but whatever. It's fun. It's cute. Figured I'd mention it because it's something. I guess spoiler warning. I should have said that before, but again, come on.
Spoilers.
Can you
enter the trailer? They were in the trailer.
Not really.
Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. Spoilers.
They're not in any of the trailers I've seen.
They're in the newest trailer, like the main trailer they put out. Like, there's a shot in space, and you see fucking what
Hey,
looks
shut
to
up,
be.
shut up. Jesus Christ, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I haven't seen that.
No, it's
Damn
the main
clone.
fucking trailer.
Get out of here, clone. Shut up. Shut up, Leroy.
I don't think it is.
No, he's...
Christ.
No, you don't see him.
Stop it.
Okay.
No.
Stop it. All right, moving on.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
fucking Metal Sonic sweeps into frame and then fucking
Metal
punches
Sonic
him in
fucking.
the dick.
So Metal Sonic's penis is revealed live. All right. Well, then I guess.
Yeah. And then on the topic of Sonic, there was a Transformers crossover announced and revealed.
Great timing on these guys' part. Good God.
It's almost like they made a coordinated effort.
It's almost like they're being paid for this. Yeah, we have new Transformers product. Look, they do these crossover events, and I like these. These are always cheesy. I don't usually buy them, but they're fun. This is Wingtail and Blue Booster. So that's their name. I mean, they're Sonic and Tails, but as Transformers, and it's really cute. They turn into the tornado in Sonic's car from Team Sonic Racing. So that's really fun. Sonic's weapons are like an item, like one of those item sphere things, and then a ring, which is just like a ring shield, which is funny. Yeah. I don't know what he's planning on doing that like with the item sphere thing. He's just holding it up
I think he holds it like a gun.
Oh, is it supposed to be a gun? Gotcha.
Yeah.
It looked like a weird like fat sword or something.
There's no blade. What are you talking about?
I don't know, like a bat or something. And then Tails has just a gun that he can just shoot people with, which is hilarious. Gun. Yeah, he's just like, I'll kill you. They look cute. The problem with these is it's gonna be like ridiculously overpriced for these. So.
Well, it's Transformers, so Oh,
That-
yeah,
that's
it's
a
on the
license as well.
back side of the item box is a Autobot logo.
There is, yes, that's very
That's
cute.
cute.
It's a very cute two-pack. I really like it. It's really wholesome. I would love to see more figures like this. Like, I really would love to see a Knuckles one and a Shadow one and even an Eggman one. Oh, man. That would be so much fun.
Turn into the Eggman or something.
The Transformers team's been going fucking wild with crossovers this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. What was they revealed something? They're doing a Naruto one, too. Like, that is...
Yeah,
We didn't talk about that, but that one was like... I remember asking Ty, like, you want to talk about this? And he's like, fuck no. And I was like, okay.
That looks ass.
It does look ass.
I'm hoping for some shitty One Piece one. I would love that. But
We did the Turtles one this year as well.
yeah, the party wagon came out too.
Mhm.
That
And the Stranger Things one, I believe.
there's a Stranger
Oh,
Things
yeah.
one too. Oh
Mhm.
Jesus!
I mean, this is
I didn't even know
going
about that.
back, like early 2000s, they did tons of Star Wars ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah.
Those ones were elite. I remember those ones. They were like.
Oh,
they
and
were
that's what else they did. The Mandalorian this year as well with the end.
Oh,
Really? They did one this
They came-
year? That's crazy.
They came back
Mhm.
to it. Yeah,
hmm
the Mando one looked very interesting. It had like a big holographic like something. I can't remember. But these are interesting.
They should do a new Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, because I had that one as a kid, so I'd probably get that if they did.
They should remake those. Just straight up remake it. Did they do like missed opportunity? They should do Unicron, Death Star.
Oh, that'd be fucking sick. That'd be
Yeah.
way too big though.
Oh, it would be like $1 million, but it would be really
Crossover
cool.
figure, it'd be way too much.
Yeah.
But if they did like
Has
a smaller
one.
one,
Yeah, you could scale it down. That'd be a lot of fun.
yeah,
Be so cool.
that'd be dope.
But that's not it for Transformers. We got more Transformers news.
Yeah,
We
hit
do.
us,
I'm just going to
baby.
quickly grab these because.
I thought you already had them.
Yeah, what
No,
the
no, no,
fuck? Because they were prepared.
I'm on about the
Oh,
Mandalorian and
crossovers.
Stranger
Gotcha.
Things crossover
Ah,
ones
yeah,
that you
yeah,
haven't
okay,
seen.
okay.
Send
I
them
just
over.
thought I'd send them.
What the shit?
Stranger Things.
Oh,
guy.
it's the pizza. Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks a little
Yeah,
nerd.
I saw this Mando one when I was looking up the old
Oh,
Transformers one.
that's funny. He's got a holographic cape, which is hilarious. It's just a good visual.
So, Age of the Primes Wave 1 got revealed yesterday, I believe, at a Japanese fan event. And we kind of got to saw like the first wave and like pipeline figures and stuff like that. So, the first wave consists of, I'm just going to send them over now.
Uh-huh.
We have. Right, there we go. Right.
Jesus.
So, yeah, there's quite a few. So we have Silverbolt, Slingshot, Air Raid, Primer, Prime, Solus Prime, Armada, Armada, Red Alert, Star Convoy, G2 Grimlock, Animated Wasp and Air, and in the same wave we have the Fallen, which was already revealed. There he's there with the new packaging. Looks very nice. Yeah, we also get our first look at the new combiner Superion, which is going to be the first combiner in the wave. They have teased Brucus, which I'm very excited for, with Vortex. He's just sending now. Yeah, we get a side by side of Superion and Star Convoy. He's massive, by the way.
Yeah.
Titan
Big boy.
plus Star Convoy, which, if you don't know, in Japan, it's Optimus. They ever since G1, he's been called Convoy. That's just what he's called over there. But yeah, he's essentially a super powered up Optimus, and this comes with like
Novacore.
yeah, pretty much. He comes
Yeah.
with a MicroMaster Hot Rod figure.
Oh, that's cute.
He can also turn into like a battle base and loads of other stuff. But he's a pretty big deal in Japan. I'm not overly fussed with familiar with the character because obviously, I don't have
It's
that.
Japanese Optimus, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, seeing everyone else, mainly the aerial bots, So we're getting 3 up front, which is great. Doesn't mean that we have to wait ages for them. But yeah, with the whole line being about the primes, it means that we're finally getting all 13 primes, and a lot of them haven't had figures. So the Fallen hasn't had a proper release like outside of the
Movie
movies.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Solus Prime, she's never had a figure, and neither has Primer Prime, who also, if you can see in his render, has the Matrix on his blade. Is a pretty nice little detail, since he is the original bearer of the Matrix.
Crazy man.
Yeah,
He put it on his sword.
these they all look great. Like obviously with the renders and stuff, like we haven't seen every single thing that's come out, like as in hand photos and stuff. But if we're going off the renders, which are pretty close to the actual things, they look solid. It's a real shame because Hasbro does this. Like, they always like come out like wanting Transformers stuff, and I'm like, and then they drop all the shit, and I'm like, fuck.
Is Grimlock?
Yeah.
He looks like he's just going to be reissue of the
He
other
is.
one.
He is. He's a
Recolor.
reissue of the Studio series.
Gotcha.
But
I was
yeah,
gonna say because
just
I was looking at him and like I totally have had that figure
Mhm.
before with
Just
the wheelie
in
on
the-
there too.
Just in the G2
Isn't that
colors.
the one that you hated?
Yeah. I don't know why he's blue. Like I don't. It's so
yeah,
weird.
it's G2.
G2 is
fine.
just they were like let's just make every character have
G2
awful
colours are
gaudy
all
color
fucking-
schemes. Yeah. Megatron's got like green and
Megatron's
purple
neon
camo.
me.
Yeah.
Look,
It's so bizarre.
As big transforming robots go, Solus is kind of a babe.
Jesus.
There's always one.
So is one.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
Yeah,
hammer
don't
your
think-
brain
Till
in.
all are one.
did.
Yeah, she can.
I have actually found in-hand images of both Primer and Solus.
Can't wait for the figure to not look as cool as the render.
Yeah, right.
Because they can't move like that. They're all like boxy, so it's like
I'd definitely like to get them, but
Yeah.
it's the thing of if I start, I have to get them all.
can't stop. If you start, you
And
can't
there's
stop.
13
Can't
of them.
stop, won't stop.
Oh, she
But,
doesn't look that bad actually.
Yeah,
Surprised.
she's alright.
She have a big like weenus going on. What's happening there?
She got like a
No, so
skirt.
it's like a skirt piece that she has, and
Okay.
it's like
Yeah,
it's
and for
flown
some
out.
reason they posed her terribly. So they're
Yeah, it's
just
an
sort of
awful pose. She's got like
flying up in
three.
the
She's
front.
got like a scorpion hanging out of her.
I
I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, it's very odd.
I'm pretty sure a post that Ty sent me actually had like the renders of them.
No, it was
if you'd like
it was
me-
them at a show. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
No, these are the renders. Like these are the
Yeah,
toy renders. So if you want me to send them, I can. So you have like a better idea of everything they come with. Especially like Star Convoy, and you can see Superion actually formed out of Air Raid.
Yeah.
So Team 6. But yeah, it's a strong lineup of figures. There's definitely a lot of fan favourites here.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, as mentioned, most, if not all, the primes haven't had figures before, so this is, really, really exciting. A fan favourite character, Waspinator, he was originally in Beast Wars, but then he was in animated. He
Yeah, I
never
really
had like a
his,
short.
I really like his.
He never had
design.
like a
It
short,
looks very
accurate
cartoony.
like. Yeah, he never had like a short, accurate toy from animated. So this coming out is like the closest that we're kind of getting. He was just a green Bumblebee, the original release, which wasn't what the character looked like at all. So this is like a far closer representation of what he actually looked like in the show.
Yeah, his head's pretty.
But yeah, Waspinator's pretty cool, man. I'm
What are
gonna
you
send
most
these over
excited for,
now.
Lay?
Out of everyone here,
Yeah, maybe pick
Superion.
one. Superion. Which one's that?
Superion is
Combined.
the second one I've just sent. He is Silverbolt. Silverbolt turns into like the entire combiner, and then all you do is buy the members and add them on. Um,
Huh.
but yeah,
And
Oh,
he's
Waspinator's a little chode. He's got little bee guns. That's funny.
yeah.
It's funny.
it's cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Fun
But yeah,
packaging.
that is in the updated packaging. They're finally bringing back the plastic windows, which has been a long time complaint from collectors and whatnot. So it's nice to finally see them back.
Except on Star, obviously, because he's so big.
Yeah, the Titans and the Commander classes, they get boxes just with like the artwork, which I'm not complaining because the artwork looks amazing.
Dude, friggin' Star, look at his calves, man. That man is
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
He did not skip leg day. Good God. He
But
could.
yeah, he turns into like a battle base and everything, so that's why
Okay.
he's a big chunky boy.
Why does Silverbolt look so different from his art?
That's Superion, that's who he turns into. So Silverbolt's
Interesting.
there's like 4 modes you can go from, so it's
Okay,
vehicle,
yeah, I see on this side.
battle base, robot, Superior.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah, I was gonna say it's just a random new figure. He's like, who's
Yeah.
that? Interesting.
Huh,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
crazy world out there.
It's a solid line. I'm excited for it. It's kind of that thing of, do I want to go back into it? Because YOLO Park is so good.
So good. And they've got Tarn coming out, so maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping YOLO Park makes all the primes from 1.
TF1.
That'd be sick.
That's a whole display that I don't even want to hop on because I know that'll
if you
be.
want the primes, jump on this line because all 13 are getting made.
Yeah, but I like some of the designs in 1 more. I don't know. Like I like Megatronus's design in Prime just a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
All right. Moving on. Black Series revealed Kel Naka from the Acolyte.
Yeah.
You have this picture, brother.
I have a couple.
Okay.
Here you go.
He's a Wookiee Jedi. He looks a little fucking weird in the face, I'll be honest with you. His eyes are kind of creepy. He looks more like a man in a suit than a Wookiee, which is unsettling.
That led us down a whole tangent about the fact that Wookiees shaved hairless are just like men.
They're just horrifying, ugly men.
Yeah. Which
Basically
we've never
just the brutes
seen
from Halo.
We've never seen a naked Wookiee in canon, as far as I know, aside from a comic
comics,
book. Yeah, which are legends, I believe, but still.
Legends.
Yeah, I want to see how cool if one of the pirates was just a big, scary, naked Wookiee man walking around.
Just a big, ugly man who goes, oh,
And he goes,
oh.
the kids are like, fuck, we need to get away from this.
Oh my god!
Would that not be the scariest thing they've ever seen in their entire life? Just a big man who you're like, oh, that guy looks a little bit deformed. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Also, they are like dog people, so do their peepees retract up into them?
Ew.
Is he a big man whose penis retracts inside him?
Ew. I didn't
saying.
mean
Disgusting,
completely
man.
naked. I wasn't thinking about that.
But they
I just
are
said,
naked. Chewbacca's always naked.
Well, if he's wearing, he's got a little bandolier wrapped around him.
That's not clothing.
It covers
That's like
up
putting
the
a
bit.
collar on a dog. That's not clothing.
Okay, well, the pirates dressed him up. They gave him a nice little belt so that he's not naked.
Gave him a little Speedo. Cover up his
With the holsters on it.
retractable hole.
Oh, he's got fleshy skin. He's like walking around. He's like, that is horrible.
Hey, look,
Anyways,
these are the important questions, okay?
we need to be asking what's his face about it.
Might have nipples as well.
He's got like 8
dog
nipples.
where there's
Yeah.
like 6 of them.
They go down.
Parallel.
I have seen that. Let me see if I can find it. Well, you guys keep talking about this stupid.
Fucking disgusting, man.
I believe some of these parts from Kelnaka, I believe Kelnaka's all new, and I think that some of these parts are going to be reused for the new Chewbacca coming out next year. Sorry, he's not all new. Some of the pieces are from What's his name?
The one from Knights of the Old Republic.
Big black Wookiee.
Oh,
Chrysanthemum,
Chrysanthemum.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think his forearms and hands are from
Big
Chrysanthemum.
black Wookiee.
Big black Wookiee. You guys knew what I meant.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
name
mean,
of the episode,
he's
though.
one of the only. He's one of the only ones, so that makes sense.
Yeah, from the Book of Boba Fett Chrysanthemum specifically, not the shitty comic one that they made. I think the forearms, but the biceps are new because they have it cut out to where he can bend his arms better. There's no fur slip in the way. And then the legs might be reused, might be new. I'm not entirely sure, but I know that the forearms and the hands are for sure reuse. But yeah, this seems to be the base sort of buck, the starting point for the next Chewbacca figure. So that'll be cool. He's kind of cool. I don't know if I need a Wookiee Jedi, but he's fun.
Did you know he was actually? Did you know that he's not shaved, but his head is shaved. So he's got like the front part of his hair and like a ponytail, and he's got the sides of his head shaved. This character
really?
specifically that you guys are talking about. Yeah, I'll send a photo. He's
Like
got like a
Wookiee buzz.
yeah. It's a really
That's why
it's
his
a really
head looks so goddamn weirdly shaped.
yeah. That's probably what it is. Hold on, I'll send it over.
You fucking egged.
He does look strange in the head.
Look here. There you go. I couldn't find a picture of naked Wookiee man, but this is all you get.
Interesting.
Yeah. You guys couldn't remember that from the show.
Well, yeah, he's in like 2 fucking scenes and then he's dead.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, gross. He's got a gross buzz.
He's a man of culture, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just enough to where it's not the skin, it's not naked,
Yeah.
but it's like when you give your dog a shave.
He hasn't got
For some
they
surgery
haven't
or
shaved it
something.
with an open blade.
Yeah, shaved it with his lightsaber. But
Weird, man.
yeah, I mean he's fun. He's all right. You know, maybe
Bit-
maybe
bits-
he goes on clearance.
It's a bit. Taking him a while to actually get to it. That's fucking awful.
yeah. That, but there's just a hole, like a slit down between the legs where the red
talk about
rocket.
the slit. Don't talk about the
extends from.
slit. We don't need to know about his slit. We need to avoid the slit.
My question is,
Uh-huh.
are we gonna get what's his name from the Acolyte?
Evil man.
Come here.
Scary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hope
The
so.
smi-
Because
the
he's the only
smiler.
character that I really care about from that show.
Well, if they're doing more Acolyte
Yeah.
figures, it would be shocking if they didn't do him. But why would he not be like one of the immediate next figures announced? Like, why? That's crazy.
Yeah, it would be weird to me if he wasn't already in development, like, you know, when all the other figures were.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this guy slipped through because the reception on that show was so bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably already too far in development, but, I mean, I hope they don't, like, cancel Kamir, because he's the only good character from that show, really.
It would be a foolish decision to cancel.
Yeah. I'm thinking about maybe getting, what's her name? Inara?
Yeah.
Something like
Indara.
Trinity from that show.
Master Indara.
I was gonna
Just
say
for-
Carrie Ann Moss. Yeah.
Yeah, Carrie Ann Moss. Just for custom, because her body looks good.
Pause.
To make like a fun Jedi, but otherwise, I don't need any of the Acolyte figures besides that, really.
Yeah.
And then Kamir, if they get it, and they make him, and then maybe this guy, maybe Kelnarka. We'll see.
10-4.
Wookiee
10-4.
Jedi is just a fun, cool idea. So
Yeah.
And they're very rare.
yes. Moving on, we had a Marvel Legends stream this morning.
Ooh.
Was
Yes.
Fuck
very
Marvels.
fun. What do we want to start with? We want to start with X-Men.
Well, they started with Spider-Man, but I guess we can go.
Yeah, but I mean, we should.
Their show, it was weirdly disjointed. I don't know. Right. Yeah.
So let's start with
Yeah, we can do.
X-Men.
Yeah, let's do X-Man.
X-Men,
we
X-Men.
had a bunch of reveals. We had basically the rest of the whatchamacallit wave, the Fabian Cortez wave revealed. We had
Fabian Cortez.
Force.
Oh, there you go. My bad.
Well, I was doing it for whatever. whatever.
You have more pictures than I do. That's fine.
I do. I have 2 per, except for when they didn't do 2 per.
Gotcha.
We got X-Force, Nightcrawler. We got woman. I don't remember what her name is. That rips her skin off. We got Ultimate Wolverine. We got X-Factor, Cyclops. We got Marrow. And then there was Fabian Cortez, and there was Age of Apocalypse Gambino, who was also revealed. I didn't get pictures of him. But
you sent a picture of him
beforehand.
No, I did. Sorry, my bad.
You did. And then the Baff. I don't know the name of this character, but it looks fucking sick.
It is
this
Nemesis.
Baff is epic.
Nemesis, yeah.
Nemesis, previously known as Holocaust. So just put that into perspective.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. This is some like Soma or like fucking BioShock, like some crazy like sci-fi horror.
Very
shit.
Doom. I could see this being a Doom character.
Doom, yeah. A little Dead Space maybe.
Yeah, it's a really cool.
Super
super dope. It's the worst part is when they reveal a Baff. It's like I can't get it because I'm not buying all these morons to make that.
Yeah, it's
cool.
So cool. I want it, but no, I'm not buying all these stupid X-assholes.
Yeah. He looks very solid. Like great looking Baff. He just like the color scheme is great. I know some people were saying it's not.
That's posable.
Yeah, the skull is posable, and there's fire surrounding the skull, so it's like a burning man.
So cool. And he's all pinless.
Inside there.
He's all new sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I don't know what the public opinion is this, because I know he looks different from the previous version of him. The previous version is like all trans orange. But for my money, I'd say this is a way cooler design, just looking from the outside.
Yeah, this is badass.
It's so cool. So cool.
Just peak.
Yep. Also, that effect for Cyclops is actually really sick, too. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, blasting out. Yeah! So, that's pretty dope.
The skin ripping on what's-her-name. That's fun, if gross.
She is, like, all reuse of Monet or whatever.
I have that figure.
Oh, yeah, you do. It's so weird.
Got her for the head.
Good. I mean, she looks good.
Marrow,
good reuse.
I hate Marrow. She's gross.
It's a cool, it's a disgusting
idea
for a character, yeah, but it's kind of dope. She looks fun. I don't know.
There was a Target exclusive Professor Xavier, which looks alright.
I don't remember what it's from.
He looks like he's like about to hop on G.I. Joe and get some shit figured out. He's
about to go to war and then get crippled in the battle.
They even say during the stream that he has no powers because this is Savage Land version of him. Yeah. But they gave him a
fucking Professor X is like his powers are the reason he's crippled, and he's not actually crippled. It's something stupid.
Oh yeah, his mind weighs so heavily that his legs don't work.
His brain is just so big, his legs cripple under the weight.
That would be funny if he just.
If I can find him at Target, I'm gonna get him for Lex Luthor though for my.
Not bad.
I mean, he's just a bald, serious-looking man in a green suit. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the head could totally work for Lex. I could see that 100%.
So that's what I'm gonna do if I can find him. I probably won't be able to, but.
Yeah, you never know.
Mayhaps.
I could see him being peg warmer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hard to say.
And then we got. We'll start with the Spider-Man wave.
I will also say, by the way, that Thatch and Okoto are going to be sending their thoughts, so they'll be at some point in this video.
To say about all this, I'm sure.
Yes,
well, not the X-Men stuff, but the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
We got. What's this show? Spider-Man
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Yep, Unlimited.
Unlimited Spider-Man. We got a pretty sick-looking Agent Venom, which is rad.
Who totally, just the first time I saw that head, I was like, "Oh, Leon S. Kennedy's making his appearance in in Marvel."
Like Leon. Yeah,
he's like chattier Leon is the vibe that I got from him.
Yeah,
Spider-Boy.
boy. with
Please
his
tell me you got a picture with his scary face.
I didn't. 'Cause
Oh.
this was just from. These ones are from the Instagram post, and they didn't post that
Gotcha.
one.
Okay,
If you have
that
that
face
one, though,
was
send
fucked.
it. 'Cause
I've got
I
it,
hate
I've got
his
it.
stupid
Blaze got one.
fucking scary
His angry,
mouth
his
face.
incel.
Yeah, his incel, like, why don't you accept that I always existed? Face.
There it is. There it is. It
He
is
looks
such like a
so goddamn stupid. So, do
such
you
a
know the
beta.
story behind this character?
No, I do not.
So, basically, he's the comic writer's, like, self-insert OC, essentially, the writer of the arc, and he
Good start.
retconned that this character had always been there for every, like, literally the Humpty Dumpty scene from Puss in Boots 1. Where he's like, he reveals to have been in every scene, that he reveals that this character has always been there throughout Spider-Man's entire history, and he's always been Peter Parker's sidekick, but there was like a deal with the devil or something made so that everyone forgot about him. Fucking, this was like a year or two ago that this happened. And he's just been, like, that writer has just been trying to force this character down everyone's throats ever since, whereas, like...
Yeah.
He's always like, oh, I'm your sidekick, Peter, but I hate you because you forgot about me, Peter, but I love you because I'm your sidekick, Peter, but I hate you. It's so fucking dumb. It's so dumb. It's so stupid.
I mean, aside from his scary incel head, the figure looks like a good solid sculpt. I won't even lie. I mean,
Yeah,
like
definitely a good new teen Spidey sculpt, but...
Yeah, definitely getting a miles on that body for sure.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
but it is
we'll definitely get a new Peter as well.
Oh yeah. Ultimate Peter. It's younger.
Yeah. Or just a younger Peter. It doesn't necessarily have to be Ultimate.
That's true. Yeah.
And then we got Kane, classic Mark of Kane, the failed clone, evil man. All new sculpt for him. He looks sick. Maybe the hands are reuse. And probably the feet. But everything else looks crazy. Looks cool. Looks alright. And then we got Chameleon in like a Flash Gordon ass costume. This
is a big one.
He looks very like 60s superhero.
This was the 90s costume from the animated series. Exclusively only looked like that in that media. This would have been great for me if I was still buying Legends. This was pretty exciting because this is something that people have been wanting for a while. He looks fantastic. The J. Jonah head is hilarious too. Gotta throw in that extra.
Ripped off J. Jonah. Yeah. If you want to have J. Jonah skinned alive, there you go.
I'm sad that he doesn't come with more faces. They totally should have thrown in like an Uncle Ben head. They should have thrown in a bunch of others just so we have those options, like the last Chameleon
On
did.
Mayhead.
Well, yeah. Well, because the last Chameleon, he actually came with alternate heads. Like he actually came with a J. Jonah head. He actually came with I think like Eddie Brock head or something like that. Oh yeah. And this chick.
Then we got Lady Electro as well as in the wave, who's pretty cool.
Who was revealed randomly the day before.
Yeah.
Like Gambit.
She's dope. I was saying that like Aiden didn't really want her until he was sold on her. By me and Thad. But I was saying that like she had some good spice to the shelf because she's just a very colorful, different sort of character.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of female spider villains either.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of female spider rogues, he's got
Black Cat,
regularly Black Cat, Silver Sable, and then maybe sometimes female Dark Ock.
Female Speedle, it gets pretty scarce from there. Speedle, yeah, Speedle, the classic
female Speedle.
It's pretty cool. That lightning piece that she comes with is dope too. I'm glad it's not just the electro fingers that she's always had, where she's like, it's actually like
pieces, actually.
Yeah, dude, they look awesome. They're very elaborate. Looks dope.
Yeah, they do. They look like they probably wrap around pretty good.
You know what her name is?
No, I don't.
Francine Fry. That's her
Francine
name.
Fry?
Which is the most like, it's like the most comic book name. Like you gotta love it.
Gotta get that alliteration in there.
Mhm,
And then we got what is this? Fucking 87 Spider-Man or something?
Yeah, so they were kind of vague with this, but I believe this is not the 70s show, but I think
It
this is
is.
like, well, they were saying it's like the movie version of him.
Huh.
So it's like the movie version of what would eventually become the TV show, or the other way around. I don't remember. They were being weird about it. But either
Yeah,
way,
all
it's
I
like,
know is it's the 77
yeah,
Spider-Man,
Interesting.
so.
it is reuse of the Japanese Spider-Man, which makes perfect sense in this context. He does literally just come with a string, which is hilarious for the effect piece. The box art is like my favorite thing about him. It's hilarious. It's a Walmart exclusive, so good luck getting your hands on it if you really want it. I'll send the box art. Look at how funky that is. Just very funky. I dig it.
Wicked.
Wiki.
77
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
77. That's what, yeah, exactly. It's very wacky, but it's also kind of cool.
Kinda effing silly.
Effing
And
silly.
then the piece de resistance, the Amazon exclusive.
Oh yeah.
Way home,
I need it.
I need it.
Lizard.
Do.
Well, you have to clear up why you need it because you're not like the ultimate lizard stan. 'Cause-
Right, I only
He is
want to get
actually.
it
He loves
to make it
Ultimate
into a
Spider-Man.
custom. That is it.
Hey, I'm glad it's not a BAF. I'm actually surprised he's not using as much of what's his pickles parts as I thought he was going to. I thought he was
Yeah.
going to be reused of Blackheart, says Darkheart, whatever his name is.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, you guys probably already know about this, but the torso is from the 2012 Lizard figure.
Yeah, I had
So-
a feeling. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. Thatch was saying he's probably gonna say it again, but just to reiterate, he was like he thought it was funny because it makes him feel nostalgic, but at the same time he's like it's objectively not the good decision, but he just thought it was funny. So
Yeah.
That's such
Lizard's
a
a bit of a
weird
goon.
choice.
I know it's got a lot of detail, so I guess that's kind of the reason why they chose to do it. But it's very lacking in like articulation. Like it's very well. I don't know. I don't have the torso, but I would have liked
I don't know
maybe
if it's
his
exactly accurate detail either.
probably not. His I would have liked maybe a dump like a hinge joint on his neck. So because his neck is really thick, so I'd have liked maybe a little bit more range there. That would have been kind of cool.
Mm.
I think that original figure does have a hinge joint on the neck.
Does he?
I think it does have a joint where like the whole neck piece slides because it looks like it's a separate piece.
Oh, maybe. I can't tell. Well, maybe it does. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, if you want Lizard, here you go. They're saying they're probably going to get Electro out by next year, so there you go.
Okay.
Funny thing about this stream too is that the entire
what,
time,
4 years after the movie, then will finally make Electro. Jesus.
yeah,
Who do
Hey,
you
man.
think they are, Mayfix?
Mayfex ain't even got Toby out yet.
It's true.
There-
It's true.
So yeah, the funny thing about the stream is I haven't watched one of these in a while, but they were very like Ryan. I think he's like the marketing guy, right? Or is it Dan? No, it's Ryan. Ryan's the marketing guy. He's trying to be like marketing and use all the buzzwords and stuff like that. And Dwight and Dan do not give a shit, and they're just saying random shit the entire stream. And they're talking about like, oh, maybe we'll get to that team next, like more Savage Land figures come in 2025. And Ryan's like, okay, let's not give them what they like, let's not. Like they just keep saying shit.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch a clip where Dan was like, "Oh, we're definitely getting to Electro," and then Ryan was like, "Oh, we're just revealing everything today."
Yeah, he's clearly very like, come on, like what are you doing? But like that's what I like about these guys is that they're kind of just like they don't really care. They're just pretty
Kind of
honest.
mavericks.
Yeah, but Ryan's just like he's a marketing guy, so he's like, stop, we can't be. He's using all the buzzwords and shit. He's like, look at this deco on the back of this figure, and Dwight's like, yeah, he's really cool. He plays softball on the weekends. He's just making random jokes. It's so good. They were some teases too, by the by. So
BTB.
I got some photos of these. Now I have an idea of one of them, a definitive idea.
The staff of Raw.
That is Adam Warlock's staff, I believe. Classic Adam Warlock. So
Okay.
Aiden's going to piss his pants. I mean, I think Aiden knew that. I think because of the leaks, he already knew it was happening. But,
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that's just confirmation, which probably gets him really excited. Next one could literally be anything. It's a spider web, so I have no idea
Yeah.
who that could even be. It's a spider web. Okay, could be Spider-Verse, could be Spider-Man game, could be anything. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
Last thing is super vague because it's not a finished effect piece, and I've seen multiple things. I've seen people say it's another Gambit, which I guess it could be.
Maybe. It's a little odd.
Yeah. I've seen people say that it's like an archangel or something.
That seems more likely.
I personally have no idea. It's clearly an unfinished piece. There's no paint or anything. It's like it's clearly still going through the process, so I don't know what it could be. It's a cool looking effect piece. I'll give it that. Um, but yeah, that was
to
it.
me, that looks like it's probably going to be clear, and then they have those painted like silver, and it'll be like archangels, like silver, like metal wing feathers shooting out or something.
Gotcha. Probably what it is.
So interesting, because they're not card shaped.
Well, the only way I could say that they're card shaped is if they
it was,
were
like, at a weird angle.
Well, yeah, the perspective is what I'm. If they did like a weird perspective thing where the cards were like stretching out, but that would look really strange.
They've never done that for any of the Gambit effects, though.
Well, new effect, so I don't know.
But there's a precedent.
New effect. New effect.
Precedent, my friend.
Yeah, well, they've never put
Latest
string in a
carries,
Spider-Man
52
figure.
Starfleet.
Well, that was it, anyways. That was all it.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Renzo Mox here. I just wanted to give you my quick thoughts on the Marvel Legends reveals. Look at that. I can turn on the lights. I can, like, flash someone. That's cool. Just gonna blow through it because Discord keeps telling me that the messages are too long. So, the only character figures I'm most excited about, and I think the whole wave is good, and I think they've been doing a great job with, like, character choices for these new retro waves. In spite of the ugly modern packaging, I do like the inclusion of modern characters. Just blasting right through. I'm most excited for Francine Fry because she's a new rogue. She's a new character. We haven't gotten her before, and her costume looks great. She could have better torso articulation, but, one more. She's got the pinless arms and legs and double joints. It's all good for me. And the new electricity pieces are great. And then I'm really excited for Agent Venom because he's a really important character to the mythology. They said the old figure was 10 years old, and I have that figure, so it made me feel old as fuck. But he looks exceptionally well done. I can't imagine asking for much more. The sculpt is incredible, and he's just an important character to the modern comics. And it's cool to get a Flash head because technically we've never gotten a unmasked Flash Thompson before, and I know it's not high school Flash, but it's close enough. And then I'm really excited for Spider-Man Unlimited. He looks excellent. The sculpt looks amazing. I'm really asking for him for a lot. He looks great. Not going to talk about the other figures in the wave as much. Chameleon's good, but I'm not going to get him because it's not my favorite Chameleon. And yeah. And then they did a retro Spider-Man TV show. It comes with a fucking shoestring or something. I'm not into that, and I'm not even be able to get him because he's a Walmart exclusive, so I don't care about that guy. But I am really excited about Lizard. Lizard looks really fun, and he's essentially everything you could ask for, save for the weird, gross-ass mutant torso from the old figure. But I think there's a lot of nostalgia I have for that era of Marvel Legends from that old figure. So I'm kind of happy a little piece of that shithead little old figure lives on in this guy, and I really don't mind. And it's the Lizard, like, whose favorite character is the TASM Lizard. So I'm really excited about it, and the torso is a little nostalgic for me for an older era of action figures before Legends, did all the Spider-Man movie figures. So yeah, overall, really great stream. Really happy about the Spider-Man wave. Really happy about the Lizard. Okay, peace.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get on the podcast, but thank you to Ty and Braden for allowing me to do like a little recorded segment. Just want to talk about it. This is probably one of the best streams they did this year. They revealed a whole new X-Men wave with a Bav being the modern look for Nemesis. People wanted this character to be remade for quite a while. I'm not sure if it was in this look because I think they wanted a new Age of Apocalypse look for him where it's more like a yellowish orange look for him, but this Bav looks awesome. It's too bad I don't know much about the character, but as a figure, it looks phenomenal. There's not much else I can comment on this wave. They did make an AOA Gambit, which I'm kind of sick of just seeing Age of Apocalypse figures. It's just not my cup of tea for that storyline. But the X Factor Cyclops with new Optic Blast looks awesome. But getting into like the main reveals, they also did reveal a new Savage Land Professor X. He looks pretty cool. I'm kind of tempted or kind of wanting to get him because I don't have a Professor X on my shelf at all, and I kind of want to get him, but I also have to get his chair, so I hope they do, like, I know they just did a re-release not long ago for the first version they had out for that, but that figure looks cool, kind of neat. I mean, I don't know, not 100%. But getting to the real meat and potatoes here is the new retro-carded Spider-Man wave. So they revealed 6 new figures for this wave. They revealed Spider-Boy, who's definitely my least favorite. He's a newer character created by Dan Slott. Cannot care for that character at all. Although I think the open mouth head for like his mutated spider powers just looks goofy, but funny at the same time. They revealed Spider-Man Unlimited, Agent Venom, Kane, Francis Fry Electro, Chameleon, and that's it, right? Oh, well, they have another figure, but I'll mention that in a minute. But I love this wave. I'm pretty much going to pick out most of, if not, well, most of the characters. Spider-Boy I'm not getting. I really don't have any kind of connection or interest in getting that character. But man, when they first revealed Spider-Man Unlimited, most people, I think they're lying when they said they're a fan of that show. The costume's unique. I've seen a few episodes of the show. It's out there. It's certainly out there. I didn't, get through the whole thing, but the figure turned out phenomenal. They went all out for him with the sculpting, pinless and all, 3 sets of hands. He just looks fantastic. I love the darker colors on him. He looks awesome. And then we finally got an updated Agent Venom. Apparently it's been 10 years since they made the last one, so for people like Thatch that have been collecting for that long, that seems like absolutely crazy. But I'm definitely picking up this guy. He looks excellent. The new Flash Thompson head sculpt looks great. I love the different hand accessories, and just the sculpting overall looks great. So I'm definitely going to be getting this guy. Surprisingly, I'm, like most people probably, not a fan of the Close Saga, but I know people have been raving to have a new Kane figure. This figure looks pretty awesome. I would really... Presentation-wise, he just turned out great. The character is stupid. I don't like him at all. It's very, bad villain, but I really love the figure, so I may get that guy. Not immediately, but over time, I'll pick him up just to have him on my villain shelf, because I'm, with, my Spider-Man collecting, I gotta get the villains. I have that on my other shelf. But speaking of Spider-Man villains, one release I've been waiting for quite a long time, just of the character, not necessarily this version of the character, but it's Chameleon. Chameleon is now finally getting a figure again after, I think it's been many, many years as well. That finally completes that one figure pack that had an alternative J. Jonah and Hammerhead figureheads. So I'm thrilled to have a new Chameleon. It's based on the animated series version, which I know it's not everyone's thing. I prefer more of the Invisible Man robe outfit that he comes with, or he's had in the original comics. But the unmasked Jonah head, which that's a fun reference to the 90s figure, which I think is going to be 30 years old next year. So this is good timing for that. But to finally have a new Chameleon figure to put on the shelf with the other Spidey villains is really going to be satisfying. But I do hope they get around to making the classic robe version. Because I love Chameleon. He's not the best Spidey villain, but he was the first main Spidey villain. So his importance, and plus he has a cool background and so to speak power set, abilities. But I'm very pleased with the figure. Design's nothing crazy. He kind of doesn't look like the Chameleon at all, but the white head. I hope there's a way of swapping out with Spidey bodies and other characters for me to do with that head. That's probably the main head swapping I'm going to be doing. Excuse me. With him. And then finally, for the last figure of the wave, we have the Francis Fry Electro. And at first I was kind of I don't really need her, but they don't make a lot of female figures of Spidey villains. And Spidey doesn't have a lot of female villains, unfortunately. One of the main ones I can think of and have is Shriek. But there's a female Beetle that they made a few years back. I hope they make an update for her, because her and this version of Electro were on a team, I think, in a more modern comic. But the figure looks great. I do wish she had the double jointed elbows. But the new electric powers or the effects, they look excellent. I mean, it looks like a great figure. I don't think I'll be getting this one right away, but I will eventually be picking this up like Kane. So that's it for the retro wave. I'm just pleased with the wave overall. I think it's very solid. I think it's really good. I'm definitely getting Unlimited, Chameleon, and probably Agent Venom right away. Those are like my top 3 I'll get. And then Kane and then Electro I'll pick up later on. A surprise reveal that they did also, Spider-Man 77. I don't have a lot of, maybe not so much love, but just a connection with this. It's not the first live action version of Spider-Man. That would be the Spidey, what was it? The Electric Company Spider-Man from the early 1970s. Morgan Freeman's in that show where they introduced the Wall as well. They had like Spidey Super Stories as the Electric Company comics. I want to figure of that guy, but there was Nicholas Hammond, I think that's his name. I could be completely wrong about that. Cool variant. It's basically a Japanese Spider-Man with a different head and a couple different other new pieces. They give him a rope because he uses a rope on his web shooter in the show or the TV movie. I've never seen it personally. I should check it out. But I might pick it up. It's a Walmart exclusive, so that makes it a bit more like, oh, this is gonna be a pain to get. But I don't know. Maybe I'll pick it up. I'm on the fence. I might just have to check out the movie and be like, well, I'm probably gonna get it. Who are we kidding? All right, I'm gonna try and wrap this up because I'm going on for too long. But the biggest and best reveal of this stream was the new Amazon exclusive No Way Home Lizard figure. I do have the original 2012 version. Thatch gave this to me many years ago. So this has been like my MCU, or not MCU, but movie Lizard shelf holder placer until they made a new one. And we've been waiting for, it's been 3 years now, but like we should have gotten this last year. And now we had to wait like a whole nother year just to see Lizard. But man, I'll tell you, the wait was worth it. They definitely took some very interesting liberties with this figure by mostly retooling or reusing his torso, and I believe the same with his tail. That is fascinating because they've done that before with old figures, especially movie figures, and they don't look that great. I always think of like the first Avengers Cap where they just re-released them and did nothing with them aside from like new paint apps. But they gave Lizard a new head, new arms, new legs. He looks fantastic. I am just so pleased. He's definitely gonna be like on my top 10 for next year for figures, but I cannot wait to have him paired on the shelf with the other villains from No Way Home and have like a big photo shoot with all of them together. I'm just excited to get that Lizard in my hands and mess with him. I want to get like a big like tattered lab coat and just put that on him and he'd be perfect. But the head sculpts look great, the articulation, the paint apps, especially when I saw when they had a in shot or on video in hand of the figure itself, just looked excellent. He just looks amazing. I love the sculpt. Surprisingly, they made it mesh well with the old torso sculpt and then with the new arms that they're incorporating. And they got the fingers right. They gave him like only 4 on the right hand. So you always look out for details like that. But yeah, this was like my most excited release. Now I'm just waiting for them to reveal Electro in the next stream for next year. And then we can have all the No Way Home villains together finally, because I can get rid of the stupid TASM 2 Electro that I have on my shelf. But yeah, that's really it. Aside from 3 teases that they did, the main one with the staff, that is classic Adam Warlock. That's what's going to be comic book one. I love Adam Warlock. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters. I've been waiting for them to do a new classic version of him. So this release is going to be incredibly exciting. I hope that he comes with an Infinity Gauntlet accessory. If you ever read the Infinity Gauntlet comic book, Adam Warlock becomes an integral character in that story, especially when you go into not Secret Wars. Jeez, I'm going to hit myself. Infinity War, which is not a good comic, and Infinity Crusade, which is even more not a good comic. But I'm so excited to get him. I just want to see what he's going to look like, but they're going to probably nail his figure. I cannot wait. And the other 2 teases, some new web accessory piece, looks cool. I feel like that's going to be for a big Spidey figure that no one's expecting, because kind of like the Nicholas Hammond, but it's not like hype around it, you know? I don't know. I feel like there's something behind that. Can we get a black suited Tobey Maguire figure, please? I hope. I don't know. And then the last one is the Archangel. I guess it's like part of him shooting out his wings for a new suit or costume, X-Force, X-Factor, I don't know. X something. But yeah, that's really it. I went on for way too long. I had so much to say. Yeah, that's really it. I'm very happy with what we got and what we were shown. Most of the Spider-Man stuff, that's right up my alley. I'm excited to get a lot of these new figures for next year because I'm trying to slow down. Yeah, that's not working well for me now, is it? All right, well, thanks for letting me talk, guys. I'll let you guys get back to talking. Thank you. See you next time. Toodles.
But yeah, it was fun. It was good to have one more Marvel Legends stream.
Last hurrah. Yeah.
One last hurrah before the Marvel Legends team all has
Or
their,
Marvel Hasbro gets laid off and lays off
or,
everyone.
Yeah, they
Yep.
get laid off.
Their suicide pact where they get laid off.
Yeah, when they get laid off and then kill themselves.
Oh, gotcha. That's not nice.
But
They join Jada Toys.
oh god, that'd be so nice.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Bring it on. Got something to tell us about something.
I do need to check the sacred list to see where we're at. Okay, there we go. Yes, so this is kind of came out of nowhere. It was something that was announced a while back, and we had just, I think I was literally scrolling through Google, and I was like, wait, what? When I saw this, Castle Crashers, one of my favorite games of old, one of my good old favorites, is getting DLC after a very long time. This is crazy. I mean, a game hasn't been updated in a while. We got a remaster in 2015, I believe. Maybe a bit later than that. I don't know. Maybe like 2019 or something, but came out a bit later.
Did we talk about this during the Sonic Watch?
I believe we did. I think that's when it happened.
So I swear we talked about it on like a call
We
or
did.
a pod or something.
I was gonna say I thought I was talking to Thatch about it, but then I remember you guys.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah, it was on Sonic Watch.
Yes, we were watching Sonic and we were talking about this, but I won't go on for too long about this. What I will say though is it's just really cool. The main thing about it is that there's some DLC with, I believe we're getting the painter. One of the bosses in the game is a painter guy whose ability is to summon random gimps to throw around, and he actually looks like you're going to be playable, so that's really dope. But the major thing that's coming to the game is a rework of most of the skins. Now, this is kind of sad because I do like the old models and how jerky and awkward they kind of were, but I will admit the fresh models do look a lot better. The animations have all been improved. Everything looks really good. They just more fidelity is the word I'm pulling out of my ass right now. The lines are a bit harsher. All the details are a little bit nicer. I really dig it. And I believe they're doing, I don't know if they're doing every NPC in the game, but they are doing most of the playable characters. So it's just really cool. I have a whole video where they're just scrolling through all the characters, and it's really sick. I believe this is going to come out, I think, next year. So that's really dope for all of the, I know the audience has a lot of Castle Crasher fans in there. So yeah, all the Crashers, all the Crash guys out there. But it is really cool for me. It's just something that I found out this week, and I was like, hey, I want to kind of talk about that because I figured it was kind of dope. So it's good to see that they're still putting the love and care into this game that came out a very long time ago. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, enough crashing castles. Let's talk about a show that crashes some castles. In Creature
What is that?
Commandos.
Doctor Who, babe.
Nope, you're missing the
Oh,
Doctor
never
Who
mind, sorry.
trailer, buddy.
Oh shit, yeah.
Whatever.
Have we changed the list?
I'll just
No.
go through Creature Commandos real quick because I'm the
go.
only one who's going to be able to talk about it.
Okay.
Creature Commandos episodes 1 and 2 came out because we're starting on a cartoon show for James Gunn's new DC, even though we should have just started on Superman, but whatever. It's all right. It's fun. It is an animated series starring Rick Flag Sr. We get to see a little bit of Amanda Waller in the first episode, and it's basically Suicide Squad, but it's a bunch of monsters and freaks and geeks. So we get what's the rat man's name? Weasel. We get Dr. Phosphorus. We get the Bride, aka the Bride of Frankenstein. We get a fish woman. I don't remember what her name is. And actually, that's all the team.
Yeah.
So they are basic synopsis is they're assigned to protect a princess in a foreign land from some evil magic using people, and also some incels. There are incels in the plot. It was very much Harley Quinn show sort of vibe. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. Early on, especially in the first episode, a lot of the animation feels like really cheap and really ugly. And then it gets better here and there, and then it has some down spots. And then some of the music was like really obnoxiously annoying to me. You know, James Gunn, he's got this sense of like obscure music that he likes to use sometimes. Sometimes he'll use like mainstream pop culture music, but in this one he uses a lot of like almost feels like indie bands or something. And some of the songs
a bit like the Suicide Squad and like how that soundtrack was.
No, because none of the songs in that stood out to me as being obnoxious. I can think of one song in each episode that stood out to me as being like actually annoying to listen to. But otherwise everything's really good. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, not a voice actress. I don't know if she was playing Amanda Waller, but if she was, it was not good, and if she wasn't, whoever they got was not good. She was like really quiet the entire time and very emotionless, and there was no performance at all, and she was much better in Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad.
That is basically what she's like, though, to be fair, most of the time.
Yeah, but it's like, it's really hollow. Like, it feels like she's phoning it in, like she doesn't give a shit.
Gotcha.
And she's supposed to get her own show in this universe, so like, you know, I would have expected
she's gonna be Waller for the rest of her goddamn life.
She just is Waller. They're gonna just send her to the DC universe.
It's so funny. I don't even know what Viola Davis does anymore aside from Amanda Waller.
I don't think she ever did anything. She was just made for this character. She's manufactured in a factory.
It's like I'm pretty sure she's like an Oscar-winning actress too. I don't even know what I couldn't tell you a single movie she's in aside from these movies. It's crazy.
Yeah.
See, it's hard, isn't it?
I was thinking of Civil War though, but she's not.
No, that's somebody else.
I was going to watch it so I could participate in the conversation this week, because guess what? I want to start watching the shows with you guys. And for some stupid fucking reason, they're not putting it on the streaming service that Peacemaker and Penguin are on right away. Instead, it's airing tonight on Adult Swim, of all places, which is just so goofy. I'm going to watch it tonight. It airs at like 8 o'clock.
Just as a thing, she is voicing her character in the show.
Yeah, she did not do a good job.
Poor Amanda. Not Amanda, that's not her name. Poor Viola.
I'm sorry, Viola. Like, you gotta put a little bit more passion into it.
She apparently was voicing in Kung Fu Panda 4, apparently.
I would not have ever known that.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
I mean, she's good in the movies. She's really good in the movies. And she's great in Peacemaker. But no,
she's better in Suicide Squad. In the first Suicide Squad, she's like really boring and like...
Everyone's really boring in that, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not a good movie.
Even Will Smith, who's like, you know, usually very charismatic, is like...
It's because the script for that movie was awful.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. The Slipknot, the man who can climb anything.
Man who can climb anything.
I
will say there is some continuity from the old DC universe being kept. They do talk about Rick Flag Sr.'s son being killed. In she specifically refers to Operation Starfish or whatever.
Doesn't he literally...
much of that movie will be kept is to be determined, because they do talk about Weasel being the only survivor of his team. So maybe Harley Quinn wasn't involved in this new continuity.
No, remember, Weasel's team was the one that all died at the beginning of the movie. So everyone died.
With the one Harley was sent in.
Oh, right. Wait, what? Was she?
Yeah, she was at the start of the movie, and then she got captured. And
right. Yep.
She's with Javelin and stuff like that.
Yes. Everyone else died except for her. And
they have said that Peacemaker season 2, they are gonna address the whole Justice League showing up in season 1 and gonna kind of like retcon
No,
it, so to speak.
they're not going to address. They're going to address parts of season 1. That part isn't canon anymore
Right.
because
Silly.
it's the old Justice League. And so as far as we know in this new universe, the Justice League hasn't formed yet, which is why this really should have just come after Superman.
hmm
So that it would be a little bit more clear, because it's confusing and very unclear.
Or just
They're
have it
very
be an
vague about it.
Elseworld or Elseworlds thing or something. I don't know. It just feels
Well,
like
but they're doing Peacemaker season 2, and they don't want to
I know.
retcon all of that continuity and have to
I know.
restart.
It's
Essentially,
strange.
Makes no
It's
sense.
very confusing. It's
Yeah.
hard to follow this
so
universe, but
like it's very much they want to have their cake and eat it too sort of situation.
Mhm.
So we'll see how it goes, but parts of the movie and parts of Peacemaker season 1 are canon in terms of they do reference Amanda Waller's daughter ousting her at the end of season 1. And then they reference the mission in the Suicide Squad and Rick Flags Jr. being killed.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it turns out. It's interesting, and I did enjoy it. But I had some small gripes, some nitpicks. And again, I think this, I'll harp on it one more time. I think Superman should have come out first, because why would you want to start your brand new DC
Yeah.
universe on a cartoon show? That doesn't make any sense.
Agreed.
But whatever.
Especially like such a niche IP as well. Characters.
And
Makes no
Rick
sense.
Flag Sr. is in Superman, so it would have made even more sense to do Superman and then be like, hey, you can see more Rick Flag Sr. in that show.
well,
Whatever. Anyway, that's my
Is what it
tangent.
is.
Go ahead and take it away with Dr. Hule.
Right, so Joy to the World, or Joy to the Worlds, is coming out on December 25th, so Christmas Day, which is very nice. I always love a good Christmas special. They finally put out a full trailer. There's also a synopsis that I'll quickly go through as well. Joy checks into a London hotel in 2024. She opens a secret doorway to the Time Hotel, discovering danger, dinosaurs, and the Doctor. But a deadly plan is unfolding across Earth just in time for Christmas. So, Stephen Moffat is writing this, so it's going to be very timey-wimey and a bit of a head fuck. He kind of really excels in stuff like that. The biggest, I mean, it looks visually very good, but I'm still feeling the aftermath of the last season still. So I'm a bit on the fence about it because I don't want to go in being disappointed again and feeling really let down again. So we'll see, but it appears that they've kind of listened to feedback and criticism. So one of the biggest complaints about the last season, apart from the naff writing here and there, was the time it actually got released. So in the UK, it's always been released at around 8:30 on a night, like 7:30 to 8:30 here. So what they wanted to do was release it worldwide at the same time. This meant the UK had to get it at midnight. Now, kids aren't going to stay up. People are going to be tired. Now, you could say, and this was the argument going throughout the season, wait until the morning. All right, wait until the morning. When you're half awake, you won't take much in, and it's just not fun watching stuff first thing in the morning. They then aired it again in the UK at this normal time, but you've been spoiled on social media. So, it was kind of you stay up all night, watch it at midnight. Yeah, lose sleep because they're like almost an hour long per episodes. So you're going to sleep very tired and probably not taking much in, or you're going to wake up in the morning, watch it, you're going to be tired, not take much in, or watch it later in the day, be spoiled, but probably take it in. So thankfully, they've actually listened to criticism and they are releasing it at 5:15 midday on Christmas. So
Makes more sense. It's about
so
dinner time.
it's promising, but this is also one of the earliest releases for an episode in the show. I think there's only 3 others in the show's history that's been released this early in the day, but I'm not complaining because I'd much rather have like the full day building up to it, and instead of going right tonight at 12, I'll sleep now, then wake up and get ready. It's just not fun. I don't enjoy watching TV in any form at midnight or first thing in the morning. I like to build up to it. But yeah, that's obviously coming out on Christmas Day. I think it's about 90 minutes long.
It's a movie.
So yeah. Well, that's the longest length you're allowed on the BBC anyway.
That's, I mean,
Oh, wow.
it's the same length as Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage.
Wow. Late, didn't
Yeah,
you
it
say
is.
the last thing they did for the last end of the season was also Christmas related? Or am I wrong? You were talking about the end of the last season and how it's like a Christmas special kind of deal.
No, this is what I would have been on about.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
so typically in modern Who anyway, you'd get 13 episodes and then you get a Christmas special to kind of bookend the season. Yeah. Whereas this year they've dropped down to 8 episodes because it's on Disney Plus, and they have a real fucking hard on for 8 episodes.
Yeah.
So this is the 9th episode in the season.
Okay. I thought you were saying the Sutek episode was a Christmas special. That's why I was confused.
No.
Gotcha.
That was just a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I still need to rewatch it. I was thinking about this before I came on, and I was like, I haven't rewatched that season at like a proper time.
Yeah.
With a clear mindset of right, let's watch this and take everything in. I've only watched it once, like tired or
Angry.
So I definitely want to give it another chance, see how it fares out, and
Fair enough. Yeah.
go from there, especially leading up to this. But yeah, I would say like I always get excited for it, but then it's like just don't get your hopes up because you might get disappointed, especially after the last thing I saw of it. And I'm still feeling that, so it is what it is. But yeah, see where it goes.
Talking about something that hasn't been disappointing so far, is good despite a disappointing track record. Skeleton Crew, Star Wars, new show. It's about little children.
Who would have thought, right?
Who'd have thunk?
A show about kids getting lost in space is like one of the best things Disney has done in years. Like
so far, we're only 2 episodes into like an 8-episode
so
season.
far. I have faith. I think it's going to be sold out.
The vibes are good so far. The vibes are very good.
Yeah. I'll give a very very brief recap. We pick up on essentially suburbia planet called Atadin. Which is very Earth-like. It's a very suburban town. Braden knows he lives in a very suburban town.
I live in the fucking
dark secret.
My guy, you live in a very suburban area. What are you talking about?
I live in like the Junkerville. I don't know. You're saying.
What do you think compared to where I live?
You'll see Thatch lives in a suburbia. I do not compared to him.
Yours is you live in suburbs. You live in suburbs.
Yeah. Whatever.
Anyway. Basically, Star Wars suburbs. You got kids who are going to school. They, kids who like play with little Star Wars toys and play Star Wars on the school bus.
You read
at the
fan
bus stop.
fiction.
Reads little dirty fan fiction on 4chan.
Not dirty.
You don't know. You can't read Arbesh.
That's true. I guess not.
And this little kid Wim and his buddy Neil, who's a weird blue elephant freak with a toupee glued to his head.
Just for Neil.
I love
Justice
Neil,
for
but
Neil.
I hate his hair.
The girl should just hold him down and buzz cut it halfway through.
He's like, no!
That would be great.
And then there are two other kids. There's KB, who is sort of like a cyborg character, and then there is Fern, who is like the cool bad girl. She doesn't really follow the rules, but then she's also a straight A student, so whatever.
I think she's a straight A student because she cheats. I think that's the idea.
No,
she's
mom's
meant to be like a
the
posh kid.
undersecretary.
Like,
Yeah,
Because her mom is the guy. Her mom's the girl. Yeah.
Yeah. So things happen. They're going through their daily lives, and then Wim discovers, oh no, there's a sealed space door. And then the kids dig it up, and they get inside what he thinks is the Jedi Temple. It turns out to be a spaceship. They go into space. They're not supposed to. There's like a barrier around their planet that nobody's supposed to leave.
Yeah.
It's very communist planet, where they at the ripe old age of like 9 years old, they take a test to determine the rest of their lives.
It's very Fallout.
Your job is very important.
It's a very B movie.
It kind of is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like, you have to be a data analysis, and you have to be a. He's like, I want to help people, and he's like, that's Droid's job. Don't do that.
That's cringe as hell.
That's literally. They're taking quizzes about that shit, and it's just like, come on, man.
And so the ship starts to take off because Wim can't fucking help himself, and he pushes buttons when he's not supposed to, and then he lies to everyone about it, even though they know he's lying. Little bastard. Wim is an asshole. We'll get to that.
He's a kid.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
So the ship takes off. Wim's dad was looking for him, and he watches his son fly off into the sky, and he's horrified. He's like, Wim!
I love his voice. He's
they fly away, and then he finds some droids in the forest and tells them about what happened. They're like, "What? No, that's not possible."
They don't believe him. Yeah.
I mean, whatever. They don't seem like they don't believe him. They seem like they're like, "What? No way. That's crazy."
Well, they were more concerned about it. They're like, "What are you doing out here? You're not supposed to be out here at first."
Yeah, because it's a communist planet, and you're not supposed to step out of line. And then episode 2, the droid on the ship wakes up, and his name is SM-33, aka Smee, which is a reference to Peter Pan and Captain Hook's right-hand man. You didn't know that? God damn it!
I've never seen Peter Pan.
Apologies. Have you never seen Peter Pan?
I didn't.
I've never seen Peter Pan. You gotta watch Peter Pan, man. Well,
I said
now,
Smee.
You wouldn't appreciate it at this point. You wouldn't be.
Well,
like,
I says, I was like a Smee, and I was like, that's a funny name. I hope he. But that was sad. They don't
calls him Smee. They
I know.
Him SM-33.
Well, I had the subtitles on, so I was like, it's Smee. I'm gonna call him Smee. He's my new favorite character.
Yeah, it's a reference to a character named Smee.
I get you now. That makes a lot of sense.
And he takes them to. He hasn't heard of At-Adin. They want to go back home, but they can't do that. They already went through hyperspace. He takes them to a pirate port, basically Tortuga from Pirates of the Caribbean, and they get in trouble. They their currency from their world, their lunch money, is like
super valuable,
ancient pirate doubloons, and it's like super valuable.
They love it.
Republic credits.
The pirates are all chasing after them. Yeah, Old Republic or like just Galactic Republic.
Old Republic credits. Yeah,
but they say Old Republic, but some of the pieces have the Galactic Republic cog on them. So the Old Republic had a different logo. So but and also I'm pretty sure. The undersecretary, when she visits the class, says New Republic when she's talking about serving the Republic. I think she specifically says new. So
yeah, she does.
It's interesting. But so they have a wacky chase. They get split up and then they reunite, and they get attacked by. Oh, also at the start of the first episode, we meet the pirates, and there's a werewolf man. Brutus, and they mutiny against their captain. We don't know who the captain is. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But Brutus shows up and he's
Man.
like, you're mine, children. I'm gonna sell you into slavery. And Smee shows
As
up
he
and
do.
he kicks ass and takes names. And then Brutus shoots him in the back. And then they get
Mhm.
arrested, and they meet Jawdana Wood, who can use the Force.
Yeah.
And that's where we leave off.
Jude Law.
Jude
Yeah.
Law, Jawdana Wood.
I'm not gonna remember that.
Well, he hasn't even said it yet, but that's his name. Is
Yeah,
Jawdana
it's-
Wood.
Goofy name. I think it was a great idea to release these 2 episodes at once. You know, it's a nice like start to the story. It gets you where you need to be.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I love episode 2 a lot, but I also really like the setup. I think it's great. There were a lot of jokes that I was actually laughing at, like just dumb shit the kids were saying. I was just going like, I was surprised that I was laughing as much as I was. 'Cause I was like, oh my god, it's that John Watts humor, baby. He knows how to tickle my funny bone.
He knows how to tickle my balls.
Like I was like, we got the kids. The Wim, he's a little. I get why you don't like him. He's a little shit. He just wants to see.
Very,
he wants something
selfish,
good.
self-centered. He steamrolls over Neil a lot. Like he doesn't really care about Neil.
Given the benefit of the doubt, his home life seems awful.
Oh,
His dad doesn't give a shit about
barely
him.
and it's not awful. He's not
Not
even
awful, but it's
neglected.
boring. He's a kid. He wants to seek freedom. His dad's like boring man who comes home late every night. He won't even read him bedtime stories. He's an asshole.
Yeah,
He's
his
just
dad's very busy
all right.
man.
Bye, son. Yeah,
Nah, that's
he's
a
got.
prick.
He's a kid. He's a well. I don't know if I'd call him a prick, but he's definitely
Nah, he
is
is.
not.
No.
He cares about his son at the very least.
I heard someone be like,
and then the other
I got
kids-
so mad when he said, "Aren't you too old for stories?" Like, yeah, he is too old for stories. He needs to grow up
He
a
is.
little bit.
Well, he's thinking like a kid, so who knows? Maybe in the end he'll grow up physically by the end of the season.
I was really hoping they were.
I love
when he
seeing-
when he pulls out his story pad in bed. I was really hoping his dad was going to come in. He was going to like hide under his pillow, like because all kids do
like
that.
a 3DS.
Mhm.
Yeah, like hiding a 3DS. I missed opportunity.
Yeah.
They should have done that. It would have felt more real.
True. It's true. He missed his freaking test, man.
He did.
Neil's
He missed his
family's
life
great.
Test. Neil's family.
Love
Yeah,
his-
they're
Neil's
watching.
family's
brothers.
watching the holiday special.
They're watching the holiday special.
It's actually I'm pretty sure it's remade. Like they did it's
Yeah,
not
it's-
straight up.
it's-
Yeah,
the
which is
music is-
really cool.
The music is taken straight from the holiday special, but they remade those scenes.
Yeah.
That's
That's really cool, actually. Though I'm sure they had to, because I'm sure like Lucasfilm's like hell no, nope, can't.
I'm sure you exist somewhere in there.
I'm trying. There you go. I look away for 10 seconds, and yeah,
And
but
then-
episode 2 was really great. Ty, I know who you're talking about. You're getting me hyped up about the little guy, and the little guy was great. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite character in that whole episode was the guy who was serving the food. I fucking love that guy. He's such an asshole. He's just like, and give me. He's like, this place ain't free. This ain't charity case. And then he gives him, and he's like, whoa. Actually, it's gonna cost more for service fee, and you get a tip. Like, I love that guy. And then he gets his like hand burnt, and he's like running after. I love him. That whole scene was great. They're like, they want to go into a brothel or something, and they can't. And then she's like, we need to get you guys out of here. And that was great. I love that location. I'm very curious and genuinely very interested in the mystery of like what the fuck's going on with this planet, and why is it like wiped from the like logs of, why is it like a ancient lost civilization to these pirates?
It's essentially like the lost city of Atlantis to these pirates.
Yeah. It's so cool.
It's interesting, and yeah, I'm curious. I have a theory. One, I want to say I did not like the idea of like suburbia in Star Wars leading up to this show, and I now understand why they did it. It's to basically get as close as they possibly can to have kids from Earth sent to the Star Wars universe without actually having kids from Earth sent to the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, because you want to relate to them more. You don't want them to be a bunch of goofy goobers
What?
saying shit like,
We can't
well, you
even
want to
hear you.
relate. Is Lace speaking? Oh, he said 2
he's
seconds.
But yeah, they're trying to get as close as possible to that idea of like
Yeah.
Like the old D&D cartoon of where like the kids from
There we
Earth
go.
got sent into the D&D
Right.
universe, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it would have been awkward to have like, the kids come into the new universe.
So I get it, and I'm sure there'll be some cool story lore, it reveals about their home planet. It is interesting that it's like a treasure planet sort of situation, but treasure planet is like habited, and it's just normal for them.
Very vague though what it is.
Yeah.
Curious
Well,
about
there's
it.
going to be like some dark government secret or something. My theory is that like the planet is like Fort Knox, if you know what that is in the U.S. It's this like super highly guarded bunker where all of the U.S.'s gold stock is kept. I'm thinking
really?
maybe it's like essentially like a bank planet for the galaxy that the Republic has kept hidden or whatever. And so maybe like when the New Republic was established, they inherited that that knowledge from the Galactic Republic and the Republic before them or something. Maybe
Interesting.
Palpatine didn't know about it or something like that, but who knows?
Palpatine's lost city of gold.
yeah. Papa Palps's
He goes like,
missing
I
planet.
hid a lost city. He's like, Anakin, let me tell you about my city of gold that you will inherit.
heard of cryptocurrency?
And Anakin's like, fuck off. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't want to hear about crypto bros.
When he became Darth
Palpatine.
Vader, he's like,
Hold
when he
on,
became Darth Vader,
on.
he was all right.
Hold on. So the planet was never under the control of the Empire, which would have confined it the Old Republic, basically saying it also implies that New Republic was never on Atarn either.
But she does say New Republic as far as I recall.
She does.
So they know that they know of things that have happened in the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not like completely isolated for the most part.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. It's a genuinely kind of interesting show. Where you're like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's going on? It's really cool. I like. You know what? I'm okay for the Suburbia stuff because it feels so different. It's not unlike anything we've ever seen from Star Wars.
The thing is, it's taken like directly out of like the really niche old legend sort of stuff.
Right. Oh, of course. I'm sure. Like that's a good place to pull from. Why not? Right. There's a lot of cool stuff as far as I know in Legends. I'm not.
There's a lot of shit as well. But...
Yeah, of course. Of course, they're like clone of Luke or whatever. Clone Luke versus Wizard and Mara Jade.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I haven't watched a Star Wars show since Mando season 3, so I'm on board. I was very. I think Lay, your message warmed my heart. You said I literally said like Lay's about to say this is like the greatest Star Wars thing of all time, and then you're like, man, I'm watching it and fucking discovering my love for the franchise again.
Yeah, see, right. So I'll.
Okay. Hold on.
Got lore.
Development. She does not say New Republic. She just says the Republic.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I know the title crawl says New Republic. I remember that.
Well, yeah, because that's talking about like the happenings in the galaxy.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
So maybe they are closed off.
Maybe they are cut off. Yeah.
Well, it makes sense why there'd be a thing around the planet then that you can't get out.
Yeah.
They're all being raised to be Snoke babies.
Referring back to like what I put in chat and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, watching like the opening like first 5 minutes, I was like,
yeah,
this is Star Wars. This is what I miss.
It's
and
very
just like not just that, but like how it feels, like the production. It just I don't know, just everything about it was like this is what I miss. Like, I've had my issues with Star Wars, like, don't get me wrong, where I have, like, flip-flopped and, you know, kind of being like, I'm fed up with it. I'm not in love with it. I need something new to a degree from it or whatever. But this genuinely gave me that sense of wonder, the mystery, the like, just the joy to like explore the galaxy again and just, and I've needed that. And obviously you've seen it like through like a kid's perspective, so like you can think of yourself back when you were like their age. This is the sort of shit you wanted to do when you're like you were mad into Star Wars and stuff. So it's like really relatable. And then
Pretty
seeing the kids
cool.
like play with like their Star Wars toys and acting out the lightsabers and shit like that. It's like I did that, everyone did that. It's like
It
yeah, it was
definitely
just
feels like John Watts' love letter to,
Mhm.
but also he's like, hey, I really want to do this pirate spin. Let's go all in on that. And that's space pirates are fucking.
I think
The pirates are
I
kind of
think
hardcore. One of them gets shot in the eyeball and then just kills
Oh
the
yeah,
guy.
Mhm.
they look
Another
they
one,
look
they burn
horrific.
they grill they grill some pork,
Yeah,
Mhm.
they grill some pork, and he goes.
I will say
I love
like
that.
I'm
Brutus
definitely
is so fucking cool too. Oh my god.
I'm definitely glad that we're getting stuff that isn't Force related. Like I feel like that's been the issue with a lot of the Disney stuff is
well,
they
until the
don't
end
know
of the
how to
second
handle
episode.
There is a Jedi
There's
character in the show.
There's a literal force
Yeah.
user in the show.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not front and center though, is it?
I mean,
The show
it's
is the show is
about to
about.
be. Also, the show is like Wim is constantly talking about Jedi, so it's a little front and center.
Nah, man. When I mean Force, like it's front and center, I mean like shit like the Acolyte or I don't know, like Ahsoka or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not
This is
about
like
Jedi characters.
this is like this
I
is
get what you're
like
saying, Lay.
a different part of the galaxy. This is like the grungy side of shit. But it's like pirates, obviously blaster fires and all, and just like shit that I want to see. I miss that. I do miss that. Like I'm sick of the
It's
whole.
like if you remember the scene of the slave child from The Last Jedi who like summons the broom to him.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like that if it was a show and it actually mattered.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
You guys think Hondo's gonna appear?
Oh man. Fuck,
I
Oh, is
mean,
he
Hondo
dead?
shows out to lose
He
my
has
fucking
no, he's-
shit.
He's not dead because he's in sequel or timeline, right?
Yeah, I think
Yes, he is.
I think he appeared. Yeah, he's because Galaxy's Edge
He's in-
is during
yeah.
the sequels.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So-
Okay.
and he's at Galaxy's Edge.
I would
So
lose my fucking shit if he.
he's gonna. There's no way he's not. This show's all about pirates. Like he's got to.
Well, the
so
only
good.
the only thing I could see them not wanting to do him for is that they just don't want to do like they just don't want to have cameos of other characters because that's like every other show too.
Yeah, but
I
he's
could see
such
that.
a niche cameo
I know.
that like only
Yeah.
like
And
diehards would like.
He's the pirate in Star Wars TV
Mhm.
shows.
Yeah.
He's been in
Yeah.
Clone Wars. He's been in Rebels.
Mhm.
He's the pirate character, and
I
he
can
works
see him-
perfectly for a kids show.
And he's
Yeah.
in fucking Galaxy's Edge. That isn't
Yeah,
most
he's
characters aren't
fun,
even
he's
in there.
quirky. Everybody loves him. Like, there's literally not one Star Wars. There's probably a Star Wars fan that doesn't like Hondo, but it's
Probably.
you're dumb if you don't.
But
like
they have no
Hondo.
taste.
You have no taste.
I don't know enough about
I
him.
just want to hear him come in and
He's
say those
excellent.
two words.
He's-
My friends.
My friends,
He's,
my friends.
like-
Either
friends.
here's the thing: he's either a last scene character or he's like the final boss who like comes out and is like,
He's not gonna be the final boss. He's a good dude. Brutus is the final boss.
oh, is he not? Well, he's a pirate.
Or-
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah, but
he's like
Hondo's
best
not like-
friends with Ezra. He's a good dude. He was
No.
He was friends with Obi-Wan.
He looks like he looks like evil. I don't know.
I mean, he's a pirate.
He's a good dude.
He has
He's
his
a
own
good
like
dude.
morals and affiliations, but
I assumed he was a Clone Wars villain. That's what I assumed. I
he
don't know.
was
Okay.
he always had a soft spot and like a friendship with Obi-Wan.
Interesting.
Him and
Okay, I didn't know that.
Obi-Wan were palling around. It was like a rival, almost like a friendly rivalry with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And then he he wanted to be like Ezra's father figure really badly.
Mhm.
He wants to adopt Ezra.
He did. He really did. He wanted Ezra to become like a Jedi pirate.
That's interesting. Oh, because he's probably okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd love to see him in this.
And like
I mean,
he wound up being a bad influence on Ezra, but they still ended on good terms. You know, they're still bros. So
interesting.
If they ever do any characters like cameos or whatever,
Hondo's the one.
That's the one. That is the one.
It would be cool to see maybe like the Crimson Corsair from the sequels, since that guy hasn't shown up at all.
Yeah,
that could be fun. Actually get something with that character.
Fuck the sequels, man.
I'll be honest.
But that's like the best character design in the sequels, though.
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I do
true.
not know who that is. I have to look this up.
Yeah. I mean, he's cool. Also, then if you bring him in, you could bring in his clone trooper friend. So, just saying.
Yes.
Just saying. But yeah, so great show.
Oh, he is cool.
Obviously, Captain Silvo, who gets mutinied against, is Jude Law's character, Jod Nawood. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
I mean, it's not like a surprise. It's not like a twist in the episode because he mutinies at the beginning and then he's in the dungeon. So it's pretty, it's pretty self-explanatory.
I saw a thumbnail of a video like, "Oh, this is so obvious," with like red arrows and stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, it's probably not supposed to be a surprise."
It's not like a big twist. It's pretty obvious.
I think it
works.
will be a big twist to the kids when he betrays them at some point.
But it's information that the audience needs to know. It's not.
But then he's gonna have like his heart of gold turn. Like he's gonna realize that he actually really likes the kids, and he's gonna
John Long Silver.
John Long Silver.
John Long Silver.
Yeah.
Either way, though, I'm happy.
That's absolutely going to happen. This is a tropey story, so he's going to betray them and he's going to save them.
Nothing wrong with that, though. Doesn't matter. Here's the thing: you can do tropes, you can have fun with it if it's fun. Okay, and this show so far is fun.
You got good characters.
Don't have friggin' Ezra.
Do you know what else is so refreshing?
What?
Do you know what else is so refreshing?
What's that?
You haven't got half of fucking YouTube and the internet telling you you're a fucking idiot for fucking liking it.
People aren't screaming and bitching about fire in space or like fucking anything.
I was saying that
fucking age.
I was saying that I have seen like one reel that got recommended that popped up on my feed where this guy was like, "This is what Star Wars has become now," and it's like, what? What do you mean? Like, I don't even get. Like, he was complaining about nothing basically, and it's like there will always be those Star Wars fans. There will always be people who will complain about shit.
If you
but it's
subtract 3 kids, this is the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, exactly. This is what Star Wars has become now. It's a bunch of kids running around in space. Is that not what the plot of Phantom Menace is? Except minus.
It's not like it was ever aimed for fucking kids or anything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. It's not like it was
it's been a kids franchise.
It's not like it sells billions and billions of dollars worth of toys.
Yeah, more.
But it is a franchise
toys
where
get made every time everything comes out.
But I mean, it's a franchise that can do these things because you get like Andor, and that's very adult. That's very dark.
Yeah, it's not a.
And then you get this. And then you get this, and it's like, this is like more traditional Star Wars, even though it is like kids and stuff.
If I was a kid and I saw this, I probably would have friggin' loved it. Or I might have hated it. The pirates would have scared. I think Brutus would have scared the shit out of me. Actually, he reminds me of the dog from Neverending Story. That shit scares me.
Yeah, he's very. I mean, it's very Goonies. It's very E.T.
Oh yeah,
like it's the same genre.
Great place to get inspired from. Just a wonderful. So I'm liking it. I hope it holds. I hope it's good because it's stuck the landing for me.
It is a kids show, but adult fans can relate to it because it's showing what it was. It's basically reminding you of what it was like to be a Star Wars fan growing up.
Mm-hmm. It's a good feeling.
Remember when you liked this franchise?
Yeah. Remember when you weren't bitter and hateful?
Piece of shit?
Remember when you had joy and innocence in your heart?
Just every Star Wars fan's like, no. I've always been like
this way.
I hate women. Fuck.
I always cheer when Anakin chokes his wife.
Yeah, remember the classic? Remember the classic dark, serious Star Wars scene where Anakin wins a pod race against an alien?
Now this is pod racing.
That was
Hit the nose.
I will say,
that was
if
not
the quality
that movie
stays,
is
if the quality is as good as it is throughout, and it doesn't dip or anything, this is probably going to be one of my favorite Star Wars things in quite a long time, and I'd probably put it up against like Andor and Mando
damn.
Yeah.
if it sticks to London.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love a lot of Kenobi. I love a lot of Ahsoka, but Kenobi has issues. Ahsoka has issues. The big issue in Ahsoka for me is fucking Sabine learning the Force. I hate that shit. I will never not hate that shit.
That is
It's so dumb.
that is a Star Wars fan complaint, though. You have to admit.
I know that.
Alright.
Yeah, but
and I love Sabine.
let's also
Sabine was one of my favorite characters from Rebels, but fucking
But this is
stupid
also
that
a
she
thing.
learns the Force.
Ty's favorite Star Wars is Rebels. So
It is
naturally,
Rebels.
I
He's
guess
going to feel very opinionated about it.
that's fine.
Um,
But then you're
yeah,
at least you're not complaining about fire and space. All right.
No, I'm not complaining about fire in space. Also, like, I love Sabine. I'm not mad that she's a woman learning the Force. I'm mad that Sabine learned the Force when she doesn't need to.
Right. I gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's got its issues, definitely.
Anyway, that's a whole tangent.
That
Skeleton
is.
Crew.
We're at it,
pretty sick.
guys.
Basically, what Ty's saying is
Go
his
watch
favourite thing
it,
is fucking the Book of
please.
Boba Fett, isn't it?
Boba Fett.
Hey, I really like those last 3 episodes. Those last 3 episodes are pretty peak.
Yeah, because they're like the best things about it. The rest of fucking
And
shit.
I liked half of the first 4 episodes because
You like when
I
Cad
the
Bane shows up
flashback
for 2
stuff.
seconds and gets shot in the head and dies
Okay,
immediately.
except for that from the
Get
last 3
shot in the
episodes. I hated that.
That was
Cad
awful.
Bane's death, I didn't mind. It was what he did to my boy
Cobb.
that I didn't like. Cobb Vanth.
Well,
yeah.
would have been fine if he didn't have to come back with cool cyberpunk arm
Stupid
that we haven't
fucking
seen yet.
Cyberpunk arm. That's probably
Which he
never
will
gonna be pulled
have.
off.
No, it'll be in frickin' Mando and Grogu or whatever.
Yeah. He'll be the ultimate villain. He's turned evil now.
We shouldn't
His
complain. We
robot
should end
parts
this off on a.
corrupted him.
We should end this off on a good note because we were being so
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
All right. Who's your favorite character from Skeleton Crew?
can I pick 3?
Can I pick all of
one.
them?
Just pick
Oh,
one.
man.
Your top favorite.
The Wim's dad.
No. Oh, fuck.
No, Smee's up there. I fucking love Smee.
Yeah. Dude, that action scene
hope
with
he-
Smee was pretty fucking hype.
I hope he gets rebuilt. I'd be so sad if he doesn't come back.
Oh man,
he
if
does.
he's just
He
dead
is
like
in the
that,
entire series.
that'd be,
Oh, he
that'd
comes.
be fucked
Okay,
up.
thank
No, he's
fucking
in the rest
God.
of the season. If you watch the
I would-
trailers and like all
I did not
other scenes.
watch the trailer. To be fair,
Favorite character? Fuck, it's either between. I want to say like I love Neil, but then
O'Neill's great.
Brutus is there as well. And Brutus is
Brutus
fucking
needs.
good.
I think Brutus is very I want to see if he. Well, he's not. I'm not saying I need him to be like a deep sympathetic villain. I just want to know more about him because right now he's
I
just
just
a fucking
wanted to
asshole.
see him be like intimidating, like actually like start
Yeah.
killing people and stuff.
Shoots all the kids in the face. He's just like, fuck you.
Wem's like, I didn't push the button. I swear. Psst. Dead.
Wim's dad runs in. Shoots him in the head. What about you, Ty? Who's your favorite character?
My favorite's definitely Smee. Smee's peak,
Smee
man.
is
Smee
peak.
is
I
like he's K2SO, which I love K2SO. If
Yeah.
he was like deranged and rotting and homeless.
he's like, aye, Captain. Aye. Was that Nick Frost who was doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Nick
so
Crompton.
fucking good. Nick Crompton. his iconic Star Wars his iconic Star Wars
debut, yeah.
Yeah. He drove all the way down from England for this.
England is a city.
True.
But all right. I think that's gonna do it. That's a wrap.
Yep.
We'll
Yes,
be
sir.
back next week to talk more of Skeleton Crew and more.
I can't wait to never talk about Future Commando
in a timely manner, at least. Yeah.
because I will never be able
You
to
will
talk
always
about it,
be a week behind.
which is so stupid.
So
I'm
dumb.
not so moronic. Whoever brain was damaged enough to make that decision needs to get fired
Yeah,
ASAP.
James Gunn. You're gonna get the gun if you know what I mean. You're
Jimothy,
fired.
Jimothy, wake up, Jimothy.
Yeah.
Jimothy.
Get all that bleach out of your scalp, all right, with your
Hey,
white
Jimothy.
hair.
Jimothy, send your wife to me.
Jennifer Holland, you're a wonderful lady. I respect you
James.
very much.